weekend's not good for me. I have to work on my script. Yeah, this weekend's not good for me. I have to work on my script.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Who we have here? Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Let me see. Yep, audio's going. Just checking. Let me just check on my end. I have no clue why every time I plug in my microphone, I get pretty shit quality. Not shit quality, more along the lines of my PC deciding to lower the actual audio. Oh boy, it's gonna be quite a bit of a stream. I'm not gonna really be streaming that long, maybe like a couple minutes, couple hours. Not really. Hi Pepe, hi Bugbite. How y'all doing? Hope everybody is doing good. Oof, we have a lot to cover. Really relating to some stuff to the LCU and the whole new Becky Boop LCU. Apparently the Dorps are streaming right now. Let me see what they're doing. Let's pop up some Dorp stuff. Been on a bit of a Dorp watching the Dorps, watching them. Alright, because I find them fun to watch. I find them interesting, given some of the stuff with Spicoli and the recent stuff, right, that happened earlier. I think we'll watch a clip on that, right? If y'all remember that they had to shut down a stream or two. They had to private them because of just how insane it was getting, and some of the things that Ben was saying.
Yeah, for no.
Oh my god.
Let's show this in.
It's gonna be a day. I have so much to tell you guys. Woo, I have to turn on my fan for this one.
Oh, the old stripper? No, Psycho Mom. I like Psycho Mom.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. So they were showing this off, like I don't want to be that asshole, right? I don't want to be that particular asshole to make fun of somebody, their hopes and dream. But what is this? Like, I'm not. So if you're not aware, we'll get into it when we get into it. If you're not aware, so Becky decided, and I think we'll cover it on our end. I just wanted to show this off because I thought it was just ridiculous and just. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like. Thank you. It's just a little funny, a little bit of a LARP, right? I'm not saying, I'm saying that this is just a little insane, right? I mean, I get it. If you're into this kind of stuff, if you're into this like make wish believe, oh boy, I couldn't stop laughing.
You know, like
Grace, these Triscuits. Okay.
Just gonna be the whole stream. It's just gonna be Ben derailing the art, the whole content, right? Because we all know that Ben is a cuck. Ben has a tendency to cuck the content. Why keep cucking it, Ben? Why keep talking and rambling on? Like you always do. Like, that's really the problem with him. With Ben a lot of the time, he just cucked the content. He just keeps doing it. I do apologize if I'm on a lower end energy today. I haven't streamed this late into the day, right? It's been a while since I stream. Right? Not it's been a while. It's been a while since I stream late at night. I'm just here looking for that stream that Becky did. Oh yeah, the one where she has herself being an angel and has, Keem as the devil. Like, come on. Like, are you really that much into your own LARP, smelling your own farts? If anybody ever watched South Park, let me see what the Dorps are doing. What are they still doing? Is Ben still on his rambling?
They're woven.
Eating his little Jewish cookie. That's what it looks like.
Sometimes sometimes the cheap things. It's no like. What I'm saying is like a Triscuit is a work of art. I don't know. It's a work.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's Psycho Mom's son right there.
Ah.
Hi, Christian.
Oh.
Sorry, referring to your mom as the crazy old stripper. It is her persona. I don't know if she's actually a stripper. She claims she is.
No, here.
Yeah, let's say she is a stripper.
I don't think it's like.
Yeah, it's funny that the Dorps are actually streaming, right? I guess they smelled the blood in the water. I guess they smelled the blood in the water for them to, jump on another opportunity. They're probably going to screw up again because that's what they're known for. It's not like, Grace isn't stupid enough to do something stupid in the next couple weeks and get herself kicked off another channel.
Christian says you're not wrong. Christian, what did you think about this? Did you see Becky's stream?
But nevertheless, get into my own little thing.
About me. Hi guys. Hey, thank you for all the members.
Oh my god, I cannot stand this.
Before the stream even started, holy shit. K-Bear's mama in the chat suggested a membership goal of 500 members tonight. Sounds kind of crazy, but maybe we could do that. A lot of you guys aren't members, but regardless. Hey, Bridge Troll, welcome to Becky Gang. Zombie, thank you for gifting a membership. Egg Picker, let's go. Rick, thank you for gifting a membership. Oh my.
Gotta love when Egg Picker always jumps onto these things. Gotta love him a lot of the times. Every time he does this.
I have to turn on my fan for this one. So welcome to my tell-all. I hear that Keem was really making sure that Queens was hyped up for tonight for competing with us. But here's the thing. I know I said it's a tell-all, and I might have been a little tricky with my words because
I hate hearing Becky's. Oh, wait a minute. What's this I seen? I'm looking at the Dorps stuff as well, and it looks like Christian. It may look like Psycho Mom may be back somewhere else. Now let me get into this whole thing real fast. Do I think this BBU, dumb sounding name, gonna last long? Personally, no. I don't. I was talking to somebody and I asked his opinion. I think a lot of people agree that it's gonna either be a month or 6 months. I mean, looking at her channel, looking at the viewership, her live viewership, I noticed that there was a sporadic going up and down. Now, it is, you can say, kind of common, right? But it was pretty bad to notice that her numbers, I would say like early on, her numbers were clearly high, but they started to dip and go back up, dip, going back up, the up and down. And I couldn't really tell what was really going on. Maybe, just trying it out there. Maybe somebody was doing certain things. I know Keem has a tendency, right? It's a rumor to believe Keem has a tendency to do that. Maybe Becky is no different.
I'm gonna tell you guys all about my future and what's coming because fuck the past, that's already done. A lot of you guys left the LCU when I left, so we don't need to talk too much about it. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh my god, thank you for all the gifteds. I can't even keep up. I have an absolutely massive announcement tonight. Mary, I don't have TTS set up, so you're good. I'm gonna be reading one by one. So, oh my god, so many of you. Holy, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Just so you know, I have a Discord. Thanks to the help of Ani Wolf and Will Plays Games in the chat. This is moving. I'm getting so excited. This is moving so fast. Oh my god. 90 memberships? Wow. Wow.
So you had Dumb Roxy 278 Falcon. I noticed, right, from what we can tell, right, because Christian is staying in the Dorp chat that let me see if we can do this. We're going to... Can I even do this? I know, I can't. So it seems like Christian on the Dorp chat is saying that she may be coming soon, right? She may be back somewhere soon, right? Implying that Psycho Mom is coming back to streaming with Becky. Which is hilarious because apparently Psycho Mom was doxxed by Becky. But if that's the lie, well, which I guess it is at this point. Hey, why not? And I did watch a little bit of I did watch a little bit of Proxy stream this morning, and I noticed the numbers were dropping, like as GameStar said. Now, I think it's very important to, I guess, like talk about, right? These numbers. These numbers are very, very important. I wonder if I can go to Playboard and look up those numbers.
Oh, Bunny! Welcome to the Boob Troops! Oh my god, it's so good to see you! Oh, how am I...
Yeah, if you're not aware, I know I'm pausing a lot. The lowest membership is $2.99, and you still have to pay. I never liked Becky. Nobody really likes Becky. I think it was like a select number of people that Psycho Mom never docs Becky the liar, she lied about it. No. Psycho Mom was supposedly doxed. No, Becky doxed Psycho Mom supposedly, but the way they ran it was like back and forth. So it sounded like she did or didn't dox her. If she didn't dox her and Becky took the blame, then what the hell? Why even go through that? Everything is a script, which is hilarious.
Even supposed to talk when I'm this excited. Shit. Guys.
But yeah, I forgot. You still need to pay like $2.99 to enter her Discord. Imagine that. I mean, it's bad enough to pay like almost $10 to enter the lolcow live, right? The LCU Discord. $10 to join a Discord. That's pretty bad. But imagine paying $2.99. How is that any better? I mean, unless you're that much of a cock, or maybe you're that much you want to see what's going on, but we'll never know. Am I gonna pay $2.99 for that? No. And then she has like a bunch of like memberships where some of them are like, I think some of them are like $100, and then there's a $500 one. Imagine that. Imagine you giving. I mean, first off, it's bad enough giving Keemstar. I think Becky fan or so dogs. I think it's something like that, Falcon. I mean, imagine that. Imagine you giving $10. Imagine that you have to give $500 to Keem. That's pretty bad. You're giving $500 to Becky. She's not even an OF girl. She's not even that cute looking. If she was like cute looking, young, I would understand that. I would 100% understand that. Right? If she had an OnlyFans or some shit like that, I could, okay, you know what? I find that stuff to be disgusting. But if you spend your $500, hey, she better be good. She better be doing requests, right? You know how like some of those girls, they do that request stuff? That you can request certain things and they'll do it. Dang. But you're not. You're not. And that's what makes it so worse. You're not.
10 gifted. Lillian, thank you so much. Chala, thank you. You made it. I'm going to do my best to keep up. I can't keep up with all of you, but I do see it all. I'm looking right at the chat. In fact, I moved the chat over here for a change. But All right, I guess I'll talk for a
Does
little.
it jiggle when you walk? I guess so, Grunk. I think it's stupid for someone to charge someone to be in the Discord. So stupid. I think it's stupid for someone to. It is pretty stupid. Like, imagine that you give your money. I mean, $2.99 is way better than like $10.99, right, or $10, right? It is way better, but like it adds up, right? It adds up throughout the years. You're like, think about this. Like if you put in $10 to the Keemstar in a year, you basically have, you put it 100 in, or the like 120 basically down the drain. $3 a month to Becky herself, and then you have all these other channels. Here's the thing. Let me be real with you. We'll get into it actually.
You guys to funnel in. Here's going to be the structure of what we do tonight.
I wouldn't hit that with the beer glass. Shit, that's wild.
Because there will be typical shows. I have big plans. But for tonight, it is mostly one huge announcement that's extremely exciting that my heart's already fluttering to tell you guys.
My heart is already fluttering, guys.
Questions about that, and then I'll answer whatever questions you guys have that I can. Because moving forward, we're not going to talk about the LCU very much. Today, I'm just going to try to wrap up loose ends, okay? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. Peachy Pie, I've had my own channel. I was a YouTuber over a decade ago, and some of the people you see in here right now are people I've known for over a decade. When Keem said I didn't care about the viewers and I viewed them as a walking dollar sign, that's not true. Just
I mean, you probably will. Like, don't lie to us. We probably know that you will start to see them as dollar signs. I mean, like, why even do the $2.99 for the Discord stuff? Why not make it free? At least you can say, like, hey, at least at our Discord, you don't have to pay nothing. You gotta have that advantage, but how is it any better?
And just ask Will Plays Games, because I've known them for over a decade from my old channel, and I like to keep in touch with people that I care about. Maybe we could do slow mode, but we might switch to members only. I don't want to. Hey, Just Reason, good to see you. Oh,
hello, KMG.
Almost 1,000 viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, luckily the membership over here, George Davis, is not very expensive. I tried to keep it as cost effective as possible for you guys, so it's only $2. $2.
The base membership is $3. I'm pretty sure $2.99. Then it goes up to, I believe, $10. Right? Hey, $2.99 to join the Discord. Which, the lowest membership in the LCU, right? I believe it's like $5, if I remember carefully, right? It's like $5. It's like $5. I believe it's Banware or something, right? And then the second highest is 10, and then the third highest is 100, and then the fourth highest, I think I'm so slow right now, is like $500. He basically took the same thing and ran with it. Like, just why? I gave Becky a couple months till she does shitty card reading. She's probably going to be doing the shitty card reading right off the bat. Like, do people genuinely give a shit about the card reading? Like really ask yourself, like, are you going to, like, sit here for almost 2 hours, pay $2.99 every month for her to do a shitty card reading that she probably not even going to do, right? Like, she's like, what did she say? She's like a witch. She's like some shit like that. I'm like, are you so stupid? Do people buy this? Am I the only sane person who asks himself that question every day? Like, who the fuck is doing this shit? Like, who? I'm just very bewildered. Yeah, so I'm looking at it again. I think they made a change it. Let's see.
You become a member and
Okay, so I lied. It is actually $2 to join the Becky gang, which gives you access to the Discord. What? What? I said hello. So you can't deny that $2 is the big percentage, especially these days, just to join a Discord server. It shouldn't be that expensive to begin with. It shouldn't. It should not be expensive. Then the highest, which is basically the only difference of being a member on her end and being a member on the LCU, is literally on the baseline is a literal $3, $2 difference. Like, basically a $3 difference, right? The lowest end membership on the LCU is $5 and hers is $2. And then right after that, then it's just the same. $10 on LCU, $10 in the BBU, $100 on both ends. And then for Queens and Kings, you have to pay $500. And some dumbass, I kid you not, paid $500. And I get it. I get it that we live in a society where our mentality, it's like it's your money, do whatever you want. But like, dude, if you're giving $500 to a grown ass woman who's 39, she's not a MILF. She ain't a GILF, right? I understand that if you gave your $500 to a MILF and if she's sexy and you have a kink for that, I understand that perfectly fine. It's degenerate, but I understand that. But you're coming to tell me you're giving $500 to a fat bitch whose titties are like shag. Like she's already doing what she's doing in the LCU, popping those titties out, right? The glasses, everything. You can tell that. Again, I don't like degeneracy, but if you're paying like $500 for an OnlyFans account, girl, whatever, you better be getting something good out of that shit. You better be getting some like your own content, those request content. Here is like what? Like if I did memberships, guys, the lowest I would do is $1 and I'll keep it $1. I do not want people to spend ridiculous. I'm not even a good content creator. I'm not even a content creator. I'm not even a good streamer half the time. I stir my words, right? You know, I mumble a lot. I'm kind of deeply cynical, right? You know, I'm a bit of a pessimist sometimes even, right? But at least I'm like, I think to myself, well, you know, I don't want people to pay unnecessary money to me. She's a sugar baby to some desperate man on Craig. She probably is. I mean, like, Archie was right. Everything Archie said about her is 100% correct. Right? She's a liar, she's a manipulator, and she's gonna take all your money.
And you get to join the Discord because I want to have as many people there who want to be part of this community as possible. I was mentioned on Baited. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I remember that. Okay. All right.
She was mentioned on Baited.
I'm so nervous because when I say it, it's gonna make it real. Well, Tiny Tacos, I have to be able to keep up with the chat. Lebrowski, you made it.
Oh yeah, Lebrowski was there, but I mean,
please, stop it. Stop trying to hide.
I have nothing against Lebrowski, but like, I mean, the dude would do anything content against Keemstar. So hey, Ruby Spark is live right now. What is she even doing? Let's pop up some Ruby. Is it just like Ruby's usual stick that she's doing? Because me and her kind of had it out at her Discord like a little bit today. Six in the bed, short stream. Let's see what the Roopster's doing. Is she high?
But I just wanted to update that I'm fine. I cry easily sometimes in stressful moments.
She had a if you're not aware, for anybody who doesn't watch Ruby,
Me and stop that, but whatever.
she had a mental breakdown this morning because her
That's fake news. But
she kind of did have a mental breakdown. She kind of did.
now I am having a mental breakdown. Y'all made it happen. Just how Grace takes Ben's hand and just forces him to beat her.
What?
Ugh.
What does that even mean?
What's up, rejects? I refuse to turn the light. This is not a real stream. But I need to be crystal clear about something, people. So listen up.
I said, listen, I've been here for over 5 years. That's why my picture says 2019. Tina knows me. Mike came on my panel one day. One thing I won't do be somewhere where they're bashing Becky. Have a good one. What? Okay, KMG. Okay.
That little short that I just posted was a joke. It was a joke edit.
Yeah, she had an existential video, Al.
I added the like sad violin sound.
Why am I getting so many viewers? Where are these viewers coming from? Who are you people? Who are you people?
It's been an eventful night of streaming too, so I also thought I would check in with chat, see what people are thinking. I watched Becky's stream when I got home from work. I missed the first half of it, but I'm gonna watch that back. Well, I kind of am in a way watching it back because I was watching the Thorpes react to it.
The door watching stuff is it's a slog sometime.
I don't know why they has to go so weird with everything. But no, I'm not interested in collabing. Also, Ben said I seem desperate in chat. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I missed the first hour, and then like when I got home from work, I was like hyped that she was doing a solo stream. Yeah, I'm hype. So I said some nice messages, and then Triggerman, fucking Triggerman, aka Buttercup, aka Jedi Trigger something now, is in every bitch's chat. They're the new 666 writer. They're in every bitch's chat now, saying like, "Don't trust Ruby fake sec." What the fuck is this shit, man? And I'm like, bro, what, why are you on my dick? Like, I don't even get it. Like, I don't know why. I literally don't know why, but he's just like a random chatter. But anyway, he was in the chat. So I was like arguing with him, but also what would there be desperation for? I am happy doing my own shows. I've stated many times I love being independent, not looking to get a job with anyone. But of course, I would love to have an interview with her or collab with her. And
To be fair, what's up, Dr. North Scout? I'm not gonna say it right. I mean, I was watching the stream on Becky, and I did see Ruby. Ruby, I don't think she came out desperate. I think Ruby was just being overexcited. I think that's what I see, right? I think she was being very overexcited. And I think that's perfectly fine. You know, see, Ruby is into Keemstar or whatever. You know.
Some form, absolutely. So I'm super excited that she's now a free agent, you know? But I gotta agree with Ben, I didn't see the first half. So now watching it back and knowing that she didn't actually spill any tea, I fucking agree. Becky, I hate it, but Ben is right.
So, I think I don't have anything really personally against Ruby. I think it just comes down to we have different mindset and mentality. Channel growing nicely, man. Love to see it. Thank you. It took me a while. I'm aiming for 500. I'm aiming for that. Hopefully I'll be able to stream more. Hopefully, you know, we'll do some gaming stuff, all that fun stuff, right? I like the way I develop my channel. Very cozy, very relaxing. People can jump in, ship posts, and towers. But to answer, 780 Falcon, I understand it. I like Ruby a lot. She is very sporadic, but I don't really see that it's always a problem. But I do understand why a lot of people may not like her, especially how hyper emotional she can be. And as somebody like me who has dealt with a lot of hyper emotional people a lot in the past, like it rubs me the wrong way, and that's not really because of her. It's just who I am. Like your channel cuts has helped me keeps up with the lolcow shit. Oh, trust me, dude. We have lolcow, we have the LCU stuff. Now we're gonna have the Becky stuff. Oh.
I assumed that she really did spill tea. Becky, he's gonna do everything to destroy you, I think, no matter what. But at the same time...
Yeah, Ruby does bounce a lot. That's my only issue. Ruby does bounce a lot, and I hate saying ADD, I hate all those terms, right? Because I feel like the people use those terms as like a casual term. People use them too much. I don't think people, if you want my honest opinion, I think what it is and I'm not denying like things like that don't exist, but how much of the population is really ADHD or ADD? Yeah, Ruby may have ADHD and all that, but like I think she is actually diagnosed. I'm not sure if she's actually diagnosed with ADHD or if she's just self-diagnosed and every. Because what it is like, in my honest opinion, what it is, it comes down to just people always in their house and they're not outside to expel that extra energy, right? If you do things constantly to expel that extra energy, it does help you. But also she. Mind you, she was I think she was a Fent addict, and she does drink a lot of Red Bull, which is not the best thing. So, it is what it is.
The Thorpes went above and beyond, like petty, weird bullshit, driving thousands of miles to fuck with this man, and then so many elements. Everybody's trying to leech off me. I don't want to leech. I just want to collaborate with people and have fun doing that. I don't want or desire to leech off of anyone. I want to build my own audience, I don't want any...
The femcel uprising has begun. Let's go!
He might have blackmail. Ooh. Yeah, there's a million elements we don't know that could have influenced her decision to not go in a drama way, but also, this is her first stream back. She hasn't set up like her whole thing yet of what she's going to do. She's talking about how they're going to be doing a show, I think, tomorrow with some of the other former hosts like Savage and Roxy. So Becky is linking up with them, but yes, it would make sense. I would go the route, and obviously I have chosen to go the route of extreme shit talking and being hypercritical because that's my honest opinion. And that's what I want to do online. I just genuinely wanted to have like an honest, creative experience and connect with other people, Why? It's so sad that no one believes that. Thank you for the cash up, Stevie. I bought another project tonight. Could be yours. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think I was crying because I just did a lot. It was a lot, traveling into the city and back, having Father's Day, and then other family stuff, and the friend's birthday, and now there's another friend's birthday, and it's just like whatever, first world problems. But yeah, sometimes tears pop out. But it's not a mental breakdown.
I said I want Ruby to see the dumbass Grace does. Yeah. I mean, is she crying? She looks sad. She was crying earlier. She was crying.
Ryler. I see y'all.
To be fair, Ruby is hypersensitive. I think she would agree that she is a very hypersensitive person. I don't think anybody can disagree with that, right? Anytime I've seen Ruby, anytime I've seen her interact with anybody, especially with the Thorpe, she gets extremely aggressive. She gets into her emotion and she starts to lash out. Which is understandable since her and the Thorpes have a lot of problems. Like, do you remember the stream where they had Ruby? I mean, they had Grace, and there was first her and Grace, and then like Ruby towards the end literally just ended the stream. Like, because obviously Grace is a monster. Grace is a monster no matter how hard you try to do anything, right? Grace is a monster. And so Ruby, who is very emotional, which is funny because as much as Grace is the monster, she can also be very emotionless. But I think depending on what, it can, depending, let's say on Ben, it can hit Grace like a brick of, basically like a brick of trains. And she gets very emotional, especially when Grace starts to drink and she gets very drunk or during those struggle sessions. But I think everything else, she does not care, right? So when it's particular to her family, right? Grace does not give a shit. But if it's stuff outside of her family, she's completely heartless and a monster. Which, may or may not, it is what it is. And so when you have Ruby, who's a very emotional person, fighting against somebody who is who is going against somebody who is very much isn't like her, She needs to take some days off to clear her head. I said that on the Discord, on Ruby Discord, and her response was, hold up, I have her Discord. I'm in her Discord, and I didn't want to go back and forth with Ruby because I know how I would get, right, with this kind of stuff, right? I when I'm thrown in these situations and dealing with people like that, I could get very, very brutal, almost downright merciless, right? And that's who I am. That's just how I am as a person. And maybe that's not a good thing, but like when you're dealing with actively hyperly emotional people, you just don't care anymore. Like in her stream, right? She had on her Discord. I'm trying to look for it right now. She says, on her Discord, said, on her Discord, 6:19 p.m. technically yesterday. I'm not crying about Aaron. I was just venting of general frustration. Which, fair enough. Her laundry machine's broke, and I get that. At the same time, you think to yourself, "Oh, it's broke. Okay, whatever." But on the other hand, I understand that she goes through a lot of personal issues. She has a lot of personal issues, so it results in her being very much like full blown like, and I get that, and I get that. You know, that's not really a problem, but it's like, you know, in those moments, maybe not streaming about it is the best thing. Maybe in those moments, just like, you know, don't go on the internet. Isn't it interesting that Ava's washing machine broke today? Did it broke today? I didn't watch Ava. No offense to Ava, I can't really watch Ava too much because he has too much of a like Seattle. Anyone knows voodoo? Oh, get crack. I love you.
I see you, Ryler. Ryler 05.
Get crack. Is D-Dog going to stream tonight? Are you going to make him stream? Is Dalmatian Dog going to finally stream?
What's more interesting is how this sadistic maniac has been able to function completely unchecked on YouTube for this long and is blatantly manipulating and exploiting.
Ava to Seattle, and she's probably a little more like left-wing progressive, and that just gonna conflict with my, you know, I mean, get crack, you know how I am politically, so, you know, I would just, you know how I can get. Also, Ruby saying sadistic. See, she used these terms like, do they really mean anything? Like, do these terms really genuinely mean anything in the end of the day? No, they don't. You can call Keemstar sadistic. All these terms. Yeah, Ava's super lefty.
Very mentally ill, very desperate people every day, in and out. That's what's interesting, not.
I mean, what's interesting in my eye is watching the shit show that comes from it.
Unseen.
I mean, because by that logic, we're all mentally ill.
Wait, what did Adam get on an IQ test? I'm curious. And which one was it? Because there's only.
Oh, we're just gonna move on.
But it can give you an idea of.
Can I increase the speed?
That can give you an idea. You know, like, are you really stupid? Are you average, above average, whatever?
Well, IQ is determined by a number of things.
So how'd it go with your ex?
Mostly relating to, and I gotta be careful to say things like this on YouTube because I know how YouTube is when you're dealing with human biodiversity and anything relating to that particular subject. IQ is heavily determined on a number. Well, actually, IQ is really determined on. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I want to say because I know people are gonna get apey about it, and I'm just like, well, it's the truth. You know, IQ it's determined by a certain thing that people don't want to hear it. And
So,
you know,
yeah, there's things like obviously it's hard when I want to like a lot of what I want to do online involves just having like some kind of authentic expression and documentation of my life. And it's hard to sometimes leave out like certain elements because then it's, people just misunderstand me more. Punishment walk tomorrow? Oh my gosh. I've been punishment walking every fucking day, and it's like
They're going to go Edward Dutton. Oh, you know about him to get crack. I am amazed anybody. Oof. Maybe I shouldn't be saying too much about. I do like the subject of anthropology. It is a very important subject. I think people who are care for someone make it, but yeah. Hey. I don't try to dog whistle when I don't have to. I don't try to dog whistle, right? I really don't try to dog whistle about stuff like that because it's not. First up, I know what I know enough, and it's not really hard for me to go to the people I need to go to get that information. I know a guy right now, East Asian Chinese, Han Chinese, right? He can just drop me all the information I need about that particular subject. I've thought about bringing him on stream one time, but I realized that I don't think my audience and the circles I'm in may like that particularly.
When I have my own methadone, I usually would split the dose because I metabolize it quickly. So it just fucking sucks waking up like in withdrawal and having to go like watch the clinic. Depending on how I feel, if I feel like I can, I don't know what it is or what. But I will definitely be streaming more because I'm off of work tomorrow. So get ready for an onslaught of content.
Oh boy.
Get ready. One thing is for certain, you don't have that ugly girl. I don't know. I was watching the footage back to see if I should hide it. I don't know. Welcome to my channel. I'm crying.
She was crying. She was crying. If
you played this song,
maybe an exclusive stream.
I don't know.
I mean, if I wanted to, I'll just show it on on lolcow reject. Maybe I'll bring him on there just so Dalmatian dog can have somebody actually talk to him.
Ben and Grace weren't like actually sadistic and evil. Because otherwise, if you could pull that all aside, obviously, I see that would be a really fun and good opportunity for all parties involved. I see that. But unfortunately, I just don't believe they're capable of long-standing collaboration with anyone. And that's what their pattern has shown, sadly. But could they exist in an ecosphere and, like, I don't know, dude. It just feels all morally treacherous to even really think about. Because I don't really... And yeah, abuse, Grace, why do you insult your audience by not even trying to put makeup on, after he hits you, and then just, like, gaslight everyone? I don't get it. I just don't really get that. Because they talk about it, Ben was violently threatening her, oh, she shows up, her face is, like, looking fucked up. Someone noticed.
I mean, he did.
Joke about it and act like it's a joke, but, like, I just don't know who they think their jokes are landing to besides, like, Damius Octavius.
She's using okay. I thought she was using one of like those nail polish as a way to like put balm on her lips. I'm like, what the fuck?
Branching out to the green pastures.
Let me put the volume up, guys.
Serving visual is a top priority. Always. Except for right now, I'm not. Well, I'm serving visual in my own way. Because guess what? Do you know what a lot of people do? They stream with their cam off.
What?
So that they can be lying in bed like this comfortable. So it's like, okay, I can either do cam off, or I could just have the cam on with my red light. Because this is just how my lighting is in my room normally.
I can't lie, my lighting is dog shit in my room. I only have a lamp and some LEDs. I'm in the dark.
Like, no, I'm like a blackout. No, honey. No, we black those out. No, thank you. No, we're just gonna be crazy about light as well.
We're gonna just move
I
on.
can't really speak because there's only 20 people streaming now, so inspiring. I don't know. I'm trying to tap into the more like numinous experience, like certain like poetics or things.
Wait, the what?
I don't know. I'm trying to tap into the more like numinous experience,
Numerous. Why is Ruby in such a dark room? I don't know, but I get the feeling. I don't like a lot of lights in my room, but it's Ruby. Your answer, her answer probably is something along the line of, I like being in the darkness, right? Or something like that. I bet those Jedi Rich slash JA's peeps summon some dark magic on Ava and Ruby watching machine. Oh yeah, the healthy family force and how they're all just a bunch of freaking weirdos and creeps. Ava really goes hard on those people all the time. That's the only reason sometimes I even watch Ava, just to see those people spurg out. But it gets kind of boring after a while.
Certain like poetics or things in the Bible really do make me feel like connected and like inspired and like I'm on the right path, you know? So certain words can really be profoundly like impactful. And it's a beautiful thing.
It's not my own life, actually.
It was like St. Augustine and these other writers I read, but I also read fucking Nietzsche. And now I'm like, I was like, oh great, like I don't believe in God again.
Yeah, but here's the thing about reading Nietzsche. There's not a lot of good people that can actually properly understand Nietzsche. Because Nietzschean philosophy kind of gets heavily twisted by Reddit atheists. Like, Nietzsche, on a religious sense, was more of a, like, so Ava knows how to pick beef. She really does. I'll give her that once. I will give her that much. She knows how to pick them. Though the question is, but like attacking a healthy family force is probably not that difficult, right? It's not like when she goes against Grace, right? You know what I mean? Back to what I was saying about Nietzsche, like there's not a lot of modern day people that can actually understand Nietzschean philosophy without like being up their own ass. Like, was Nietzsche like really anti-Christian? I mean, to quote Nietzsche, he wasn't anti-Christ, but you can say that maybe he was anti-Christian. I mean, he straight up said that like the one and only Christian died on the cross. So, and then you obviously the whole thing referring to is God is dead. No, he didn't literally meant God is actually dead. Maybe in a not in a metaphysical sense, but he was referring to the people morality of the day. And because of the, without that guiding force, the strongness of the church, mind you, Nietzsche grew up in a very much deeply Protestant, Prussian, starting to industrialize Germany. That was, and every right, the upper class of the German Protestant Prussians were very much bourgeoisie. I can't even speak. Holy shit. You know what I'm trying to refer to. The freaking Marxist word. Bougie, right? And so Nietzsche was kind of responding and reacting to the situation at the time, right? I mean, he even straight up admitted that like Christ was the ultimate Ubermensch, right? It's really understanding that. And a lot of Nietzschean philosophy is kind of garbage to begin with. It's good to read, and his poems are very good to read, but a lot of it just a whole lot of, I know what you mean, but a lot of Nietzschean. Did you know that Monty brought a Nietzschean book to Bronze's IRL day? Imagine potentially being on a date, the girl has Nietzsche to read. Yeah, but like if you bring Nietzsche to a date, you're just a pretentious idiot. Like, do you read Nietzsche because you want to like understand the Nietzschean philosophy and how it heavily impacted like 20th century policies and politics, or are you just bringing Nietzschean philosophy because you want to be some type of edgelord? Like, it's like me bringing the Communist Manifesto to a barbecue full of conservatives. What are you accomplishing? Like, you look like a dumbass, right? Or being a Reddit atheist and bringing in some type of like blasphemy, like some, I don't know. Richard Dawkins, right? But the thing is, Richard Dawkins, it's like kind of like, I'm not saying that Richard Dawkins is converting to Christianity, but he's like kind of now a Christian apologist, right? It's like you should bring your Richard Dawkins books to a Catholic, you look like a fucking dumbass. You're not approving anything. You're just a potential dickhead. Monty's actually smart, so I don't know. She has PhD in chemistry. I may go meet her in the Texas. Maybe. If she is smart, she is smart. But like, come on. Even if you're smart, and even smart people make these type of mistakes. But if you're smart, you don't need to bring a book. Unless you just bring in a book because you just want to read in case a date goes on, or she's just there. But if you're just bringing a book to a date to prove, like, come on. Come on. Like, I'm not trying to be a dickhead, but I'm just looking at that as like, why? You know? Maybe I'm being too much of an asshole. Sorry, but bringing that to a date would sound boring. I mean, it's like the equivalent of bringing Shakespeare to a date, thinking like you're gonna be romantic. Yeah, it was there in case the date went south. Yeah, but but here's the thing though, if the date went south, just if the date went south, just leave. You don't have to bring a book. Just leave. Like, hey, I'm not gonna. If I go to a date and if it just doesn't go anywhere, I'll just leave. I'm not gonna do shit. I'll just go back home and read. Right? That's what I would do.
I'm just, spiritually confused is what it is. What's up, lolcow? Hey, what's up, Ghost? Anthony.
That was C claiming chat anyway. Hey, you know Monty more than me, so.
I personally feel like it is a new frontier that's going to keep going. I see IRL streaming being more. It just seems like everything's moving in that direction.
I don't think so, because there was a report, I think it was from Twitch or something, that IRL streaming wasn't going anywhere. She did leave and went back to her Airbnb to read it properly. See, there you go. That makes more sense. But why would you bring it on a date? I'm just saying, if you're bringing it on a date, I feel like that's like, why? Just don't bring it with you. Also, Monty did stream for a little bit, and I really did enjoy her streams. I don't give her that much. I really did enjoy her streams. Monty knows how to stream. I'll give her that much.
Whatever that means.
Why am I commentating on Ruby?
Platforms like Kick are gaining momentum.
Yeah, but here's the thing about IRL streaming, Ruby. It's a lot of people are sick of IRL streamer. People are sick of them. People are at a point where they despise them. That number is only gonna grow. East Asian countries are passing laws, or like individual places in East Asian countries are passing laws where they don't want IRL streamers anymore. Who is Monty? Monty is somebody who's like part of Pront and like and Hormax. So I know her name. I've seen her in chat before. That's where I know her from. I don't really watch Hormaxer because like don't really care for the Red Pill stuff anymore. Because Red Pill and all that got replaced with Intel.
Because they promote so much like super addictive and like unethical gambling, and they're funded by a gambling company. And I also feel like they're probably going to find a way to make their, like, KCIP program, like, it's probably, a lot of streamers are, like, professional fuck-ups, so they're not really going to know how to crunch the numbers. Professional
streamers are fucked. Hey, you guys said it.
And so, I'm sure a lot of people are getting fucked over, too. It's not like, I wouldn't regard or trust a gambling company to have high ethics, and they can...
Ethics in video games. You guys need to know that ethics in video. One of these days.
Interested? Make more at the bookstore.
One of these days, I'm gonna do a whole video and whole stream all about Gamergate. One of these days.
True. I just read a whole book that was actually about kind of that, but there's definitely he basically calls Jesus weak, and like it says a lot of things that are blasphemous, and definitely don't. When I read it, it doesn't make me feel like I'm tapping in like with my highest spirit. It hits for me intellectually, but it only perpetuates the spiritual confusion. But I bet just so people,
I don't even know what that means. Intellect Gamergate. Oh, lad. Yo, if you knew, the Gamergate that's where I was born from. Also, this whole thing about being spiritually confused and into, like, what does that even mean? Like, are you saying that you philosophic? Like, I hate shit like this. You know, this really proves the midwit problem, right? It's really kind of maybe. Why am I even hating on Ruby? What am I even hating on Ruby for?
I was 11. That's my normal.
That's Ruby. Why am I hating on her?
Shit.
I don't even want to hate on Ruby.
The prawn of his sector. That would be a compliment because prawn is back on the up and up. Okay. Prawn's been pulling numbers, doing what he does well, and what he like got some attention for in the fucking first place was his hosting skills, and how he can banter with guests. He does that well, and he navigated, you know, it to be an entertaining show. I don't always watch streaming. A lot of nights I just don't watch anything. I tap out and just read and turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. But I've watched Prawn's like last few streams, you know, so that's
Just talking about prawns.
you know, victimhood mentalities and things. It's so funny that Ben talks about it all the time, but then also just like constantly like blames everyone in the world for his actions. Literally says that Grace became profitable and I'm trying to do something with it.
What's your?
But I'm not very ubermenschy. I'm not very.
Ubermenschy? What does that even? No. That's not what he. Oh my fucking god! I forgot the whole Gamergate story. Well, yeah, one of these days. Hold on, we gotta repeat that. That shit fucking annoyed me.
Than when he grew up in. And I'm also like a mentally ill content creator who documents my mental illness online.
I mean, we all do. Let's be real. We all do
And
that.
then it became profitable. I'm trying to do something with it. But I'm not very ubermenschy. Not.
What does that even mean? I'm not very ubermensch. What? Am I retarded? Am I the retarded one? Maybe I don't get it. Ubermensch in what way? What does that even mean? Are you saying that I? Oh my! It's retarded. That's retarded. It's like saying like I'm not very Aryan today. What does that even mean? Are you just throwing words out there to make you like? I like Ruby. I really do like Ruby, but shit like this pisses me off. Like, hey, you know what? What the fuck she mean? Yes, Ubermensch. Like, I understand the baseline of the Ubermensch is an individual that, you know, by Nietzschean understanding, from what I remember, because it's been a while, it's an individual who is things are governed by his morality, his world. He is the one who is the changer of world, the one who makes people follow him. But that's like after the Ubermensch, it's over the what is it? There's the Ubermensch and then the Overmensch, right? The Underman, right? And obviously the Ubermensch is referring to the Superman, right. Like, what does that even? I didn't understand what she mean. Like, that doesn't make sense. And then he Felix. Oh my god, this just got me on my nerves. Like, even the most, like, not even the most larpy right-winger doesn't throw something stupid out there. Like, that's very larpy. Like, Spy wanted to bring back the Greek Academy and ban all the undermen. Ironically, I would, if I had the money, I would fund. Literally, like I would 100% fund reading Greek and Roman philosophy, obviously with a Christian undertone. I'm not that, I know what I'm about. Just so, and then have a legalist like test. You know how in ancient China and even now with the CCP, they do have sort of a test. Like, so if I remember in Confucianism, I didn't get correct. You may know what I'm referring to when I bring up the Confucianist test that the ancient Chinese had. And technically, they are bringing that back under the CCP because the current supreme leader has this weird like fencing about Neo-Confucianism and not wanting, like, he wanted to bring it back. But it's so fucking weird. I don't understand what the fuck he's trying to do. Like, I would want something similar to that. Something like a legalist perspective. Something of that nature. And I'm just like, holy shit, you want to bring legalism back? We may have to. We may have to bring legalism back just so we don't have shit like this. I will enforce a test so people don't, I will do that. If you want to be a bureaucrat, you're going to take a test. You need to learn ancient. Yeah, I just want to look at her and say, what fucking book do you get that from? Like, the thing about when you're reading Nietzsche and he brings stuff like that, he's not referring to the particular reader. He's referring to an individual down the line. I've thought that before. Hey, I would bring it. Like, when Nietzsche brings up stuff like that, he's not referring really to the reader because he's going to assume the reader is somebody who is of high intelligence, who is already in the position to be an Ubermensch, or he's already of that. He is trying to predict the future of humanity driven by Ubermen, people who are driven solely through whether it be power, their own morality, the will to overcome everything, right? An Uberman's just like Jesus, it's somebody who is there to overcome. It's not the average Persian. Holy shit. It's been a while since I read Nietzsche. It's been a while. Like Jordan Peterson, believe it or not, Jordan Peterson had a good understanding of Nietzschean philosophy. Some merger of classical Greek philosophy and Neo-Confucianism and legalism. I will rival you with some classical Greek / Roman philosophy. Obviously Catholicism, and then I probably would throw in some Kierkegaardian or Soren Kierkegaard philosophy, which she's a reader of, but I don't think I will get anything out of her because it's like, Kierkegaard philosophy is deeply existential, but at the same time, he also kind of like straight up tells you at a point like you gotta accept who you are, even if it means you're a bit even if you're in a state of crisis, you have to gotta accept things as it is to overcome certain things. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm trying to tap into that, like tapping into my will and force, just really overcoming, victimhood mentality is a thing.
Over what?
Talks all the time, but then also just like constantly like blames everyone in the world for his actions. Literally says the Grace is the power to get. I mean, I guess they both have that's why they're taking fucking time bomb, and they basically said it with their own words. Grace said, "I would kill for him, I'd kill myself for him," and then he said, "Yeah, I would beat the shit out of her on camera." Bruh.
Ooh.
Hey, maybe,
Yeah, that did happen.
It wasn't working out. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Like, just separate on. Just don't be on camera. Just don't be on camera. The dynamic is scaring people. People watch because it's of true crime. It hits for the true crime people. That's not where you want to be. God damn. It's true. She is the only member. Yeah. Hey, processing some photos of you guys to do it at school. Oh, like on my wall now. I don't know if that's what you meant. What's up, Gummy? How are you? And Dara says, have you seen Adam? Dude! If people haven't seen that, anyone, clip channels. I screen record it, I'll upload it somewhere.
I'm just gonna move on.
Who's this hot MILF? I would fall. No, like, I'm not having like a mental breakdown just because I cried earlier. I haven't been able to stream that much because I was in the city, and then I had family stuff, and then I had work a lot.
I have.
Clinic and work.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, when you're in the trenches with D-Dog, I've talked to D-Dog so much at this rate that my mentality has slowly. D-Dog is doing something to me on a mental level that I can't even think about. It's doing something to me, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. At the same time, I can kind of understand where he's coming from more and more, and I'm not sure if I like it or not.
It makes me feel overwhelmed because I'm just easily overwhelmed. Sometimes, in some ways. My wife's trans, WTF. Right, dude. But who knows what the fuck is real with this kid? Like, this is what annoys me about streamers. Like, can we just, like, all be, like, really clear who's acting and who's just being themselves? I think that matters. Because it's fucking confusing when people are, like, copying out shit. And, like, I just
what do you... Okay, I'm not. That's stupid. No, what? We're gonna move on.
It's pretty cozy. And everyone give a Gummy Froggy a sub. So Becky is doing the Becky Boop universe, which I'm super excited about, but I don't know fully what that entails. All I know is I like what I heard of her talking about it for the later portion of the stream that I was able to tune into after work. But
imagine being excited for a woman who protected a PDF, lied about essay, and done multiple horrible things.
Watching.
I'm excited because I'm gonna milk the shit out of it. I'm excited because I'm a bit of a detractor regardless. So I'm excited that it's more content for me to do every single day. I'm just honest.
The Thorpes, and then the beginning part, I guess I do agree with the Thorpes that, like, I don't know, because I don't know what Keem could be threatening. Like, I don't fucking know, dude. But it's gotten dark from what I've seen. You know, and Link's channel was deleted. Like, who knows, dude? So I would give her some griefs.
Also, I forgot to remind you, Ruby didn't even defend Lynx, who, people accused Link of doxing, all this horrible stuff. And Ruby didn't even try to defend it. And mind you, Ruby even didn't, somebody with false was giving out the false story of why Lynx got removed off of YouTube. And, Ruby, who was friends with Lynx, didn't even try to correct it. Ruby should not associate herself with Becky at the back. It's Ruby. Like, Ruby kind of reminds me of Keem to some extent, where they have to learn their own mistakes. Like, I don't want. It's not I don't want her to do it. She can do she can do whatever she wants. It's just like, just be smart when you're working with somebody like that.
I am an edgy girl. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I'm an edgy girl. What?
Anyway, so the reason I fired up the stream was to clarify that, like, I was editing that clip of me crying with the sad violin, the one that everyone uses as a joke. I was like being melodramatic. It was a joke short, highlighting how melodramatic and stupid it was, and everyone thought I was like trying to really use this, like, earnestly use the sad violin. Like, it's just good to know you all think I'm just so retarded. I'm just so good. I'm just glad to know we're here, and it's my own fault. That's just what
I mean, I think Ruby has developed too much of a parasocial relationship with her fans. People can give Grace a lot of bullshit, but at least Grace know where to cut where her fans start and the people she wants to be with. This streamer game is nut. I don't even know. Hell yeah, you're gonna cover Becky. I'll watch it instead of suffering through Becky stream. I did a video already, Falcon 78. I did a video already covering her return. Apparently, Becky went to a lawyer. I hate these people.
Gotta ditch all angels and start a show with Becky, Grace, and fourth person. Well, what I am thinking, me, Ava, and Lo are for sure gonna be doing some kind of, like, ideally like a weekly show.
Yeah, whatever happened to Lil's Angel? Whatever happened? Like, I'm not being a dead cat. Like, what really? Like, I know she explained that, like, things just happened, but I'm like, you can still bring it back. You can still do Lil Angels now. I don't understand. Like, Grace definitely knows how to catalog her team. Yeah, because Ruby gets too emotionally attached to these individual people, and then it spiraled into becoming parasocial. Grace, as heartless as she can be, knows where to compartment, right? You know how to compartment. You know the word I'm thinking of everything. And that's a good thing on her end. Almost every streamer does it. Amaru from OTK straight up keeps telling people to be careful of parasocial relationship with your fans. Keemstar straight up tells everybody, stop being parasocial. Though probably burnt out from dealing with Discord simp and Discord beef. Probably.
Is it going to continue as LOL Angels, or I don't know? Could there be a rebrand?
Yeah.
To make it, my idea that I had today for a show would be a show of me, Ava, and Lo, where we each just bring our own segment. Like, we each do a 44-hour.
Why didn't you do that to begin with? Why didn't you do that? Like, wait, what? Like, if I did a show with Dalmatian Dog, right? Let's just say, OBC Don comes up to me and say, I want you to do a show with Get Crack and Dalmatian Dog. I would be talking to you guys every single day, or TK or Dan, or who fucking ever, and just be like, here's a set idea. This is what we should do. If you want to do your own segment, we'll do a segment. Like, what? What?
5-minute segment.
Why am I even covering Ruby? Why am I here?
Weigh in on each other's, like, it would be a really
I should be doing something more productive, like
because it can be really
building
like, more
Gundams.
creative, like, it can be really hard to always have.
I is until season 2. It would be really fucked up if she like abandons Lowe's Angels. It'd be really fucked up. I sneeze.
It can be hard to all agree, like, or I don't know, it depends. Just Lo doesn't like covering the drama and like trashy stuff as much as me and Ava do, but I really love that she doesn't. You know, I actually fucking appreciate about her so much.
Wait, what?
Hallelujah, got someone keeping me sane. You know, she's such a blessing.
Yeah, but like drama is easy picking for anybody to cover, so I understand why. You know. Also, like I've never really seen Lo really like getting herself in any drama. She does a good job for now.
And I think, and I love that she brings that element to the internet. But I also know, I don't know, it's like she could bring that dynamic to the show, but we could also bring the drama, but not like made up drama, but the way like I bring drama on my channel, whether it's like reacting to Keemstar or whatever the fuck. But I also don't want to be a fucking drama channel. It's retarded.
Yeah, it's just slightly. It's just like I don't know. Like I'm not trying to be a detractor on Ruby, but it's like there's something like that. Like some of the stuff she said is so offhand funny and like mind-boggling. I love it.
You know, basically emaciated. I need to pace for a second. Do you know why? It's because I do. I pace. I'm constantly moving. I think I might have like a muscle, like an actual muscle disorder. Like.
Did she puke? I'm reading her chat. Apparently she puked.
Can you start a philosophy series, or is that too gay? I actually would love to.
No, she didn't.
Right now, I just feel like I'm in such a revisiting all the foundations of everything since my entire worldview cracked open. And it's been a really beautiful and like enlightening experience, and I'm finding a lot of like solace and hope and like different, you know, different, whether it's literature or philosophy or something. But I don't feel at all like prepared to present any kind of like coherent, like I don't know where I stand on so many things right now. I feel, I don't know.
I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? Like, I don't know where I stand. So, like, are you, like, gender fluid?
I am so fucking excited.
Like, gender, like, fluid philosophy? Guys.
Fucking frolicking. Do you know what I'm excited for? It's the beach at night. Because, yeah, look at me.
I'm not gonna lie, I am excited for those set of streams. But I know the Thorpes are gonna mess it up.
And as we get closer and closer, the reality of how hot it might be down there keeps going in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, but I just know no matter what, like,
We're gonna move on for.
this channel's for. Okay, it's my little channel. I'm a vlogger. I'm vlogging. My style.
The fuck is it?
Vlogging about life, my journey.
I like how we've been streaming like an hour and 15 minutes. This shit is better than the Thorpes and.
We are due for a group call, and we're streaming every Friday all together. So I believe next stream's on Ava's channel, which I'm excited on because I feel like Ava's channel gets like the best numbers.
Wait a minute. So you guys do this where you stream on each other channel, right, on Friday, but you can't do Low Angel. You can't all just like, hey, how about we stream on Low Angels? What? You can just do that. Like, if you want to rebrand Low Angel, rebrand it to something more generic or general. That's perfectly fine. And then you can have this collaboration between you three. What? Am I retarded? Maybe I am retarded. Maybe I am just... Okay.
For the last few fundraisers, and she got like great donuts doing that one, so...
She did a fundraiser. That was nice. I'm not gonna lie. See, that was a...
She's just so good at doing like a doc. I don't know. She really... It's like I love doing my own shows too, and like making things the way I want, but...
Maybe I'll be an incel, guys.
Come on and just, you know, it's all set up, and you just kind of react and converse. It's like the easier position to be in, you know?
Spud think there's a conspiracy? I don't even know anymore. I'm like TK. I think everything is a conspiracy.
Did a tan just this one time? So we're the... I don't think you guys... I don't really know that I can tan. I've never done it. I've always been a goth kid that was never in my culture. I don't get this whole pale shaming thing. I like K-pop. It's like the other the better. So just personal.
K-pop's kind of
It just
okay.
happens to be the one that helps me like not have so many shocking like horrible wrinkles.
I'm more into heavy metal and black metal and death metal. I'm more into that kind of music than like I like some K-pop music. I get why Dalmatian like Korean girls. I get it.
Everything's broken here. Yeah, that's what.
Maybe that's what Dalmatian needs. Dalmatian needs a nice Korean woman to fix his life.
One more broken thing in my house. How crazy is that? It's like, oh, it's like actually psychotic, but yet we keep doing it. We keep doing it and loving it. My life is really easy. I'm not having a mental breakdown, but I'm just expressive. I'm expressing my internal monologue. Like, why can't I just do that without everyone being like, thinking I'm gonna rope?
The reason why you can't do that, it's just for any other reason, because you're gonna say something that's very questionable, and people are gonna be like, "No, don't say that."
Put my
No.
phone in before it dies, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see if it's charging. Because it has to be like held in like just a circle. And then I found another charger. I was so excited. It's like this weird like magnet charger.
Magnet Dom.
See anything interesting?
What the hell? What the hell is this shit?
It's cool though.
What the hell?
I'm in the United States.
DC, what is that? Oh my god, this is what. If I ever do anything related, like show my face, I'm just gonna be a VTuber, guys. Just send him Becky. This will scare him straight. Word. Oh my god, can you imagine Dalmatian Dog and Becky? Holy shit. What is that? I don't know. I think she's trying to do like those green screen things that people do. I just stopped over to the door just now, and Ben is just arguing with Lalo in chat. About what now? For him being like slight. We're gonna watch that.
I guess the main points are response to Ben. I don't think I'm desperate because what would I be desperate for? I'm not trying to.
To be fair, Ruby, you do come off as desperate, but I know where you're coming from. You're coming from a good place. I will give her that much. She does act a little desperate on people like that, but it's coming from a good place. Right, I think if it's something she likes, she's very hyper-focused, hyperactive, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, hired for anything. I hate that narrative. And Keemstar just lied when he said I begged for my job back. It's just like simply not true.
Well, to be fair, if it isn't true, then people are more likely to believe Ruby than Keem. But then at the same time, it's like, why aren't you? If you want to disprove it, just drop the DMs.
I do not want to work for him ever. Not interested. I don't know how much more clear I can be. Apparently, Keemstar hears that as begging. That's weird, but
no, it's probably because of TK. I think Ben was about half an hour earlier from the live.
Thank you for the $4.99 sticker.
I gotta check it out.
Whenever I'm using StreamYard, I can't see them right away. Dude, why do I love these? I'm literally, I was never occupying an ambiguous spot there, which is more interested in the impact of like mental illness online and the susceptibility that people have to being exploited by people like Keemstar. Funny how Gamer is your decentralized funny. I mean, people have shit on him for like always talking about it, but it's really been helpful to me because I find it interesting to cover that universe in the way that I do, which is more.
I think she mentioned something about mental. I don't know.
Interested in the impact of like mental illness online and the susceptibility that people have to being exploited by people like Keemstar.
To be fair, people will be exploited regardless of mental illness or not. Plus, on top of that, there's been retards that have been exploited as far back as like early days, like
That's interesting to me.
Christian.
And I can't really help but hyperfixate on, to some degree it's difficult, but I am trying to elevate the things I consume, so I can make it takes way too much to stop. So I get it, especially when you're someone who struggles.
That's it? That's it? She's still streaming?
I never really like because
We're gonna move over to the dorps. We're gonna see what they're doing. What are they fighting about now? What are they fighting about?
We just wrap together? I agree with everything you said. I would just like to say, like, I'm sure I'll get there. I'm sure I'll get back to where common sense is. I just
Common sense.
find
Oh,
it hard to transition, but I think I've made a good first step. Was just
Insert $5 into the disk drive.
see, wait, what?
Where do you stick the damn thing?
when a pay pig sends a guide on how to donate, you know you're winning. Okay, good one. Good one. I think I made a good first step, which is to say, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the source of my problems. Not that I have issues with you, not that I have low self-esteem, not that I have blah, 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 blah.
You have a little self-esteem.
Then, like, going from that to saying, like, okay, I'm excited about addressing that. Okay, it's taking me a little while. I agree that I want to get there.
It's just the
but I'm
problem
not
is it's
quite
hard
there.
to get any flow in the. It's hard to get any flow in the stream if you're just. I mean, we tried it, but I just think you're just sort of constipated.
Well, that's motivating to get me to solve those issues then. Because
Yeah, or
would
just
like
sell
to
a bunch of
fix
stuff
it.
in storage. Maybe that's okay with me, but
Constipated? Like what constipated?
just sitting there with you,
Like she has to take a shit. Spiritually constipated. Somebody said in her chat.
Yeah. I have a lot of problems that are caused by this. So.
I wonder what those are, Grace.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't care. I smoke weed. Whatever.
It
I'm
is what
going
it
on
is,
vacation. I'll have a
whatever.
great time. I really care. I'm gonna have a fun because I have emotional responses that make sense. Whatever, Ruby. Things are positive.
Oh, wrong. Raid War Chief. Okay.
I'm turning the stream now.
YouTube we could raid. Rise, Grace,
It's not
rise.
Rubicon. It's Ruvalocon.
Yeah.
Is it Ruvalocon or
Oops.
Ruvalo?
Wait, not yet.
Ruvalo.
Fuck.
Starting 3 hours ago.
Okay, never mind. Okay, we're ending the kick stream. Fuck.
So they can just send it to me. Get cracked. Tell them to send them to me. Tell them to send these idiots to me.
Live on YouTube. Okay.
Tell them to send it to me. Get crack. Hurry,
Goodbye, YouTube people. Sorry. Ruby
Yeah.
Live. Should we host Ruby?
No, get crack. Hurry, tell them to send them to me.
Live YouTube. Okay. Can I host somebody that I am banned
Is
from?
Ruby live
Apparently.
at 1 a.m.?
Let's see. It'll show up on my redirect if that's true.
Hormax was live.
Sig in bed short stream. Yes. Oh, sorry.
Why don't you just snipe her for a while? That usually loosens you up.
Okay.
They were just sniping. We were just sniping Ruby. How many views do they average on Kick? Like around like 100 to 200 viewers. Okay, Craig. Why did the OPC Don tell people to do that for? I have no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if you go
Ruby
out there,
died?
like there's no electricity in TV, but whatever.
Yeah, it's Gavin. I told them when
I
you.
know that.
Okay.
Can we just walk? Cause I just spent a. Thank you, Get Crack.
Alright, I'm gonna floss and I'm not gonna
They're probably in the same boat as me.
in my floss.
What bullshit?
Everyone,
Why are we doing this shit?
I've slacked. I've always been good about brushing my teeth, thank God, but I've slacked the fuck out of flossing. But it makes a difference in your dental. Like it really makes a difference. Dental hygiene really is important.
What? 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 Thank you, Get Crack. What? Ruby face is funny. I love Ruby faces. The face he makes are like top tier.
The styles and different things I'm doing online, it's all.
Is she even coherent at this point? Is this
She's so fucking out of her mind.
Hello?
She
Ruby?
is so. What the fuck?
It doesn't.
But whatever the fuck. Okay, it's my little channel. It's Rubyland. Alright, good night, peeps.
Yeah, they are upset with.
No.
They are upset.
Damn it.
They are very obsessed with. I'm still gonna finish that. I love me some Ruby. I mean, I get the obsession. I get the obsession with Ruby. Like, I actually kind of do get the whole obsession with it because it is quite interesting.
You know, teenage daughters be able to disrespect their father. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That would change it.
Mm-hmm.
So the framing is really important.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they thought it through from a political point of view. They're just saying, like, it's the obvious normie take. Speaking of taking, I have
You gotta go.
limited time.
You gotta go. All right.
You know, at least one thing you can say that about. Hey, you know, the one thing I can say about the Dorps is they're quite entertaining. They know how to make.
Richard,
Hello there, Lee Clinton.
classic. Certified hood classic.
Ruby and the Dorps get so
Okay,
close.
All right.
I love the Dorps sometimes.
Look, maybe I could do some journaling or something. I don't have anything else to watch.
We should make her watch Gamergate. We should make her watch Gamergate stuff.
As a 51% gay person,
I mean, I don't know if I can do this.
Imagine we get her to like learn about Gamergate.
Look what you produce.
What is it? What is this shit, dude? What is it? Like, dude, you have more hair on you than most dog breeds. What the fuck is this shit, dude?
Look at the group. These are the supporters.
You think Damon Ling will reach out to Becky? Probably not.
Help me live in a swing club fund.
I'll answer that question, Falcon. Everyone's siphoning the Dorps.
$10 out of $100 from ashes to ashes. What would that even theoretically mean? Live in a swing club?
Hormax are so mad. I would be mad too.
There's nothing to be.
Give
Hormax.
me a taste of my own medicine or something right now. Is that what's going on?
Yes. I was mad at Ruby for
Do you want to stay here?
Italian blood
Oh,
Jew.
you're not even
Oh, he's Italian? I thought he was fully Ashkenazi Jew.
Because if you have that in your body, like I said,
Suffer.
people that look at Israel and say, you know, hey, let's learn from these people. What are they doing over here? But see, Ben is an envious person at the end of the day, and so is Grace. They're both full of envy. And they're even more envious because Ben
Ava probably, if she was awake.
So-called hold is his take, but yet Ben can't answer to me. Well, Ben, if you hate Jews so much and you hate Israel so much and you hate Zionism so much, well,
Oh my
why worship
God.
you, Ben? Because you are worshiping a Jew.
Oh my
I'd
God.
love to hear from anybody. I'd love to hear anything
What the?
Really?
Sure.
Let's have the argument right now.
Whoa. Hormaxer with Libet when Great Chiefs War Chief.
Where's the link?
I mean,
Skip to the end of the video.
if I was a girl and I saw a War Chief,
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame it. And Ben is pro Hamas, so that makes it worse. I'm not giving out my political take on that situation, but I am anti whatever Hormaxer is. That's about all I'm gonna say. You know, I'm anti whatever this man is, but I'm also
You think this is a
anti whatever Ben is on top of that to some extent. Depending, we may or may not agree on that situation.
Where's the link?
buddy in 10 years.
I wonder how many sniping has more viewers than Dor.
I wanna hear it.
Too loud.
Imagine the day
I'm turning it down right now.
What? You didn't respond?
the day Asmongold learns about the Dwarves. Oh my God, their career is gonna hit a whole new high. You don't understand. You know who knew Spud was going to be reacting to Dwarves. I was supposed to react to Becky, but then that shit kind of got boring. The Dwarves and Ruby is hilarious. Like I may start live streaming anytime Ruby is just because it's just comical. Right? But Oh my god. Yeah, but the day Asmongold learns about the door because they share the same platform, oh my god, it is going to be a shit show. Get a crack. If you can get Asmongold to react to the dorps, holy shit. Their career would hit a new high. You don't understand. If you could get the OTK people, any of them, to respond or react to the dorps, do you know how fucking crazy some of the content we will get out of? Imagine Grace going to Asmongold's house and cleaning it up. Imagine Asmon and Ben having a theological discussion and Ben doing a psychoanalytic of Asmon. That shit would be comical. As Asmongold covering the door would be so the dude wouldn't even know how to respond. Like, I know that Grace tried to get Nick Fuentes to cover her, but Nick doesn't give a shit about shit like that. But Asmon would be beautiful. It would you wouldn't it would be the biggest shit show in history. They're so did we got move over to oh no.
Is it better now? Hello, testing. Say
Also to Falcon, answer your question about whether or not Lynx doesn't want to do anything that involves the LCU. She does not want to be involved. Plus, he is banned off of YouTube completely. So either way, it would be difficult to do that. Plus, I'm not sure if Lynx really wants to collaborate with Becky. There's a lot of bad blood between the both of them, and Becky has thrown Lynx on the bus a number of times. There's way too many times that Becky had threw Lynx under the bus. Just way too many times, and I don't think Lynx wants to get involved. She wants to do her own thing, separated from all of that mess. And you know, and Becky is say that people in the Lynx server are problematic, which is not the case. It's not really, because I'm in the Lynx server most of the time. It's not that bad. Are you still in Lynx community? Yeah, I still watch her stuff. I watch her stuff quite a bit, actually. Anytime I'm doing something else not related to this stuff, I do watch Lynx quite a bit. You know, we don't really talk as much, but I'm not really like talking to a lot of like big time people. But I do talk to her. Not like directly in any real sense.
I think.
I fixed it. Say something. It won't echo back. Something.
Is it better? Grace said it was. Oh God, no, Grace.
No.
Could it be that's going?
What? His microphone? What do you mean?
Well,
No.
that
I was
stream?
just briefly listening.
I said I forgot her. I forgot her banned because I saw her in R2 chat.
That's so weird.
Yeah, she got banned because of Lord Rush. Nearly 2 months ago, Grace was sleeping on the love seat behind War. Oh, really?
I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. Okay, now it's better. Say something. That was me. We had 2 microphone settings. I didn't fix the first one.
Professional streamer. I can't even hear shit, you dumb idiot.
That's true.
That's true.
We can't even hear him.
I don't have a problem with Juice.
Oh yeah, you didn't see the law. Oh yeah, I saw her in Vegas, but I didn't see the live. I didn't see that whole thing. So much keynote. I gotta cover that one day. We gotta cover some of that Dorp stuff. Quite lucrative. It's quite good, I'll say. We can't even hear this dumb idiot.
No one did that. Those are lies. Those are largely lies. You got a GoPro of someone beheading a baby. That's proven to be lies, but that's fine. That's fine. Oh, it's all over the news. Then it must be true, right? Because the news doesn't have a Zionist angle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that what they're talking about? Hold up. Hold up, because Grace is the
A
fucking...
number of those were killed by Israeli gunships.
Hold up, I gotta find the actual Hormaxer stream. Because, you know,
That's fact.
Grace is an idiot and doesn't realize that the audio is not coming through.
No. A combination of Palestinians who broke out, freedom fighters who broke out of a concentration camp, and perhaps the majority were killed because of the Hannibal Directive.
Hold on, let me see if I can find his fucking account.
I actually agree with your logic. I think the logic of Zionism, which has nothing to do with Judaism.
Yes, it does!
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does!
Okay.
Are you this stupid? Yes, it fucking does! That's the whole basis of Zionism.
It's not true.
Oh my god, I'm wondering why E. Michael Jones... I saw that Ben was debating E. Michael Jones. Like, I actually saw the debate between them two. Holy shit, E. Michael Jones probably dotted Ben with a knuckle dragger. Holy shit, just imagine that. Holy shit, hold up, guys. I'm gonna go pull up the Hormaxer stream because, you know... Oh my god, fucking Grace can't do a simple-ass task. Holy shit, how do you... Oh, the audio's not going... No shit, oh my god. She's just a fucking...
Yeah, the story of the Old Testament is the story of people called by God to follow him. It has nothing to do with
All right, here we are.
Modern,
national, even Islam
romantic.
No.
romantic nationalism.
You're coming from a standpoint of
Can I tell you
Theodore
something that's? Can I tell you this? Something? Okay, so you're saying Theodore Herzl is not the founder of Zionism? Okay,
No, he's really not. Technically, no, he's not.
Okay,
He's a
well, but
father
I mean-
of political Zionism, of a political movement, but he's not the founder of Zionism. That goes
Who
back
is?
to
Oh yeah, I got it. I said, how does she not realize that his audio is messed up? Ben debated. Yes, Ben debated E. Michael Jones. People don't know.
So you don't believe?
I gotta look that up.
You don't believe in the Bible, and yet you're using it.
No, I personally don't. But I'm asking.
Okay, so then how would it be relevant to you?
It don't matter, Ben. You're coming from a biblical standpoint. So I'm coming from your argument. Your argument is saying that
I have a master's degree.
Yeah, but
in
it's not working
theology.
for you. It doesn't
And
matter. But
Well,
Ben,
you don't know
okay,
anything about the Bible,
Sure,
so
sure I do, Ben. How about this one for you, Ben? Since I don't know anything, is Jesus a Jew or not?
I mean, technically yes, but not in the.
depends what you mean by Jew. In the sense,
I mean, technically yes, but not in the way that it would be similar to, you know, fucking Hormaxer, who's probably of Ashkenazi descent. So even if you wanted to use that argument of is Jesus a Jew, yes, but he's like a very particular Jew that don't my master's degree. Yeah. I'll show you right now.
Jesus Christ has his confrontation with the Jews.
Yeah.
When he tells
Yeah, he had a debate with E. Michael Jones.
every use of the term is pejorative, even when it's descriptive.
I don't know how people don't know about this.
the point of, let's say, the 8th chapter, right? The most.
Yeah. People don't know this. I like E. Michael Jones. Hot take. I actually do really like E. Michael Jones quite a bit, especially if you're in that right-wing Catholic whatever movement. E. Michael Jones is sort of important, but if you're into the HBD stuff and all that, yeah, E. Michael Jones is quite very important, even though if you ever want to debate with E. Michael Jones and who's the guy of American Renaissance? What's his fucking name? He debated that guy. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. The guy of American Renaissance. Hold up. Give me a second, guy. I should have it offhand right. Jared Taylor. Yeah, he debated Jared Taylor. That was an interesting fight. I know the guy. I think the guy who hosted Jared Taylor and E. Michael Jones. I think I know who it may be. I may have spoken to the guy who moderated that debate.
No. It doesn't mean, because I know you're going to try to get around it and try to be like coy. Was Jesus a Jewish rabbi or not? Did he call
No,
himself
Jesus was not a Jewish rabbi.
What did he call himself?
That's a tricky. He did not. He was not a Pharisee.
Okay, let me inform
He
you.
wasn't.
Jesus was a Jewish rabbi
He was not
with
a.
a capital J.
He was not a rabbi.
Yeah, I mean, I
Jesus
think that's
would
fine.
not
Look,
answer that because
sometimes-
facts doesn't matter. Facts wouldn't matter, says Mr. Theology Director. See, this is a travesty that people
Wait,
like
wait,
you
wait.
would even teach in a school.
No. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. You've had your you've had your thing. You've done your thing. I don't care. I'm just saying that I agree that you can't have Zionism. Zionism movement isn't going to work unless you slaughter the people who are in the place that you
I'm not
Okay,
very.
I
who's
agree
doing
with
the
you.
slaughter? Who has done the slaughtering since 1948, Ben?
So I'm
Did
just saying, I agree. Lie about it, pretend
Yeah,
you're
I
not
know,
doing it,
It's
but
all lies. So in the
exterminate.
1960 let's
Oh
be
my
honest,
god, it is so bad.
Don't you?
But you're such. I believe in exterminating people that want to kill you. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
so you believe in exterminating Palestinians, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh my.
I agree. That's the logic of Zionism. You need to exterminate
But you have to look
Palestinians
at the-
because.
you have to
Wait
look
a
at
minute,
the
hold on.
flip
Just
side.
let me say my point.
You look,
Just let me
Ben.
say
You
my point.
don't understand.
I don't even know what these idiots are even talking about. Holy shit.
Because if you only if you only ethnically cleanse them, I'll just talk over you.
No,
But we can talk. We can have a conversation. So let me talk.
I'm gonna move this over here.
Propaganda.
No,
If
it's
you
not
only
propaganda. What is
ethnically,
the
just
Palestinian
hold on a
thing?
minute. If you
I would-
only ethnically cleanse, I'll give you. You can talk for 10 minutes. If you only ethnically cleanse them and push them into Sinai, which I assume you recognize is what the Israelis want to do at this point, they're still going to fuck you over from Sinai, right? There's still going to be a threat that you need to exterminate from Sinai, and it keeps going and going. You need to wipe them all out. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, because from Sinai they pose absolutely no threat, and they
Bullshit.
have no weaponry and they'll be of no threat, and that's where they belong. Ben, what is a Palestinian?
But
Can
wait
you
a second.
define-
But let me
Wait,
just
no,
respond
no,
to
no,
that
you just said
briefly.
I was going to speak. And
Just
no,
let
no,
me
no,
respond there briefly. Has that been true in Lebanon? Are the Palestinians that were pushed into southern Lebanon not a threat, or are they a threat?
Who's in Lebanon, Ben? As far as I know,
Hezbollah.
that's right.
Hezbollah.
Now, what's in Hezbollah's charter?
Those
Ben-
are Palestinians. I'm
Okay, what
asking
is-
you if
okay,
they're a
what-
threat.
And what is
I'm
the
asking you if they're a threat.
what is the in Lebanon? They can be if they have launchers and weapons. They are. Yes, they are.
They have a lot of missiles. They are a threat. Northern
Yeah, and they've
Israel
already been
has
decapitated. Israel
been
took out,
evacuated.
well, Israel took out Nasrallah and killed him and
Have the
decapitated
people moved
Hezbollah.
back to northern Israel?
Yeah, but they're
No.
ineffective. There hasn't been a single missile coming from Hezbollah, so they've been very ineffective of that.
Doesn't Ben have court tomorrow? I think he does. Do you think he's gonna succeed? Do you think Courtney's gonna win again?
You have to
Which is probably the end result anyway. Courtney's just gonna win.
kill them all.
Ben, what is a
Man,
Palestinian?
woman,
Ben,
child.
Ben,
Okay, that's in the Bible too. Kill them all.
What is the history of the Palestinian people? Since you know so much.
They were part of the Ottoman Empire?
Part of the Ottoman Empire. Okay, now they claim that they're the ancient. Do you think the Palestinians are the ancient Philistines?
They don't claim that, nor are they. They're Arabs.
Do you think staying up all night at arguing with Hormax about Zionists is useful in keeping Courtney from taking his shit? Yeah, Courtney probably gonna win it all. Ben is an idiot. Here's the thing about Ben is that I feel like you can get into an interesting argument with Ben. You can get into these debate. Ben and Graves look defeated at the start of their late stream today. I think Courtney would definitely win. Ben is going to. Ben is always gonna. Ben is in the receiving end of losing everything. I think any chance of him for winning has just fall flat. Right? He's at a position where he cannot win. Hold up. He's at a position where he can't win in life. Grace probably hates Ben to some extent, right? know, most of his kids probably don't even like him and don't want to be around him, right? In the end of the day, Courtney is just gonna win everything, and he's gonna be left with nothing. You know, if Courtney really wanted to, she can probably take the RV. She can probably take more if she really wanted to, but they want to be over and done with. I think the best thing for him to do is to just stop doing dumb shit like this. Like, I think there was enough chances where he could have won his court case, but he just gives up. He's defeated. And I think that's due to him and Grace doing what they do, right? Like, what are they at their life? Like, Grace is young. Grace is just going to be an internet person for the rest of her life. But Ben is at the, not even his twilight years. He's at his very end. He's unhealthy. He's barely a functioning human being. He's always having mood swings, right? He's at his very end, and whatever happens now matters, and there's no way to recovering, because he probably has 2 years max to get his life together, to just be healthy enough to live the rest of it. Ben is 52. I thought he was in his 60s. I thought he was at least in his just 60s. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, he's 52. I thought he was in his like early 60s, like 60, 61. Holy shit, dude. You need to get your life together. It's always funny to me when Grace says Ben is in his 40s. No, Ben is 52. Dude, he needs to, dude, he has to get his life together now before he hits 55, 56, because if he doesn't, he's done. He won't live up to his 60s. He would be completely done after this. Right? He will not make it after this. Right? Like, he has to get his life together now. He needs to get his health together. He is on the very end. Said, I'm mid 40s and look half his age. Yeah, that's because you're hun. There's a difference. But like, damn, dude, fuck.
When they a Jewish rabbi, if the Bible is true, it says a chosen people and a chosen lamb. That means after 2,000 years, the Jewish people have returned to Israel, making claims for the biblical claim. Yes.
No, they never made a biblical claim, and the
sure it is. The whole Bible
Orthodox
is Jewish.
Jews did this.
The whole Bible is Jewish, Ben.
In many ways, yes.
You like to quote Paul, another fucking Jew.
Of course.
Shaul, Ben, say it. Sure. Shaul, the Jew. He didn't know what Christianity was. He would look at you as a goddamn piece of filth.
That's not true.
And you know what? I understand why people hate. I can understand why people don't like people like Hormaxer. It makes more sense. I'm not advocating for anything. I am not advocating for anything. All right? But I understand the hate. The dude has so much hate. Dude, the amount of hate that Hormaxer in this very moment, dude, you can feel the hate. You can feel the stain that I understand why Jeremy doesn't like Hormaxer. I perfectly understand why Jeremy does not like Hormaxer. This dude has the most fucking despised hatred for, you know.
Of him, but
he would. Yeah. How is that, Ben? I'd like to hear this.
And they're begging really? For another round of what you're talking about right there.
Really?
Yes,
so who's gonna bring the new Holocaust, Ben? The Iranians?
Holy shit, dude! I'm walking away. Let's finish this up Ruby's stream.
It seems so. It's like, I don't know, just living that life, that like glamorized, this desperate, drugged out, live in the moment kind of like extreme lifestyle. I've lived it to its absolute depths of meaninglessness and despair, and it just really doesn't make it seem as cool anymore. It just doesn't hit like it used to. It comes off as like immature and or not.
I can't tell if Ruby misses those days where she was like, she clearly does, and she doesn't. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want those days.
wouldn't be a bad idea strategically to feed off of Becky's clout right now. She's a hot commodity. Well, I've been just curious to interact with her regardless. Like, obviously, she would be a slam dunk, like, Celebrity Sunday guest. I'd love to have her. But I also respect her concerns about my association with the Thorb audience. And I don't want to cause any issues for her channel or make anything harder. So I'm just right now, like, she just did her first stream. Chill the fuck out, people. She probably wants to suss me out. Maybe I want to suss her out. She's like finally unleashed and like, you know, it's like chill the fuck out, people.
I mean, to be fair, I already made my claim why you shouldn't be around Becky, but you know, given that this is Ruby probably not gonna care. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. I don't know. I am being too mean.
You know, get to know people. We didn't get to know each other that well, you know. So. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, sometimes I'm up like this. I'm like gonna probably close my eyes after this, but I just.
Just brushing her teeth. That's it. That's it. Okay. Okay. Cool. We're done. Let's back to the dwarves.
Down syndrome. You know, look what he produced. Look what your father produced. Do you know, Grace, you pray to a Jew? Do you know that? Have you asked yourself?
What is let me read some of the stuff. Let me read some of the chat. Let's see. Rage. Yeah, so yeah, even Grace. Alright, so wait, alright, yeah. Yeah, even Grace has age. She doesn't look 22. She at all. She looks like she's in her mid-30s, 100%. I would agree with that. She looks way worse actually. She has nasty smoker skin in another 5 years. Oh yeah. That's why I kind of don't smoke anymore. White people need to take care of their skin 100%. That's why I take care of my skin. I'm not white. I'm a Spaniard, right? But I take care of my skin pretty well. She's on her way to look like cryptic. Yeah, basically. She thinks she's a teen and is invincible. Cigarette cook. I mean, why does she expect she smokes all the time? Smoking and drinking makes her. Hey, look, they fixed their audio problem.
Why that happened? Why there was so much resentment against those people?
Because there was a people that were dysgenic and disgusting and filth of the world.
Dysgenic, dude. Hormax is probably more dysgenic than the dwarves. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb piece of shit. Oh my.
Literally the same. He was told by superior Jews that he was inferior painter, which he was, and many different reasons. Germany needed their scapegoat. Germany has lost the war. In fact, Germany lost.
I'm not getting into World War II politics. Holy shit. Is this what it's going to turn into? It's just oh my god. Oh my god. It always devolved into this, always back to Germany. I don't give a fuck. Holy shit. Dude. Stop. Oh my god.
Isn't that true? Okay, who is going to come, because Iran's getting their ass kicked right now. Ayatollah Khomeini is in a bunker. You support the Islamic Revolution.
I mean, I would
take on the Islamic Revolution.
Sure you do, because if you like and if you want, and their charter is to kill all Jews, and they've been saying it for 46 years, Ben.
I don't understand. Well, I think we agree with each other.
No,
all I'm saying is that Zionism is an idea that Jews are racially superior to other people. You agree, correct?
Yes, I'm racially definitely superior to you.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Now, yes. I think because of the nature of that other peoples, whether they're Palestinian, whatever you want to call them, Arabs who live there, whatever you want to call them,
yes,
are not going to accept that. No people are going to accept that and be okay with that.
Yeah,
so you have to wipe them all out.
No,
that's the logic of Zionism.
No, you have it all wrong.
So I don't see where you have a problem with that. We agree. You think little Palestinian kids are just future terrorists and they should be killed.
Ben,
I think the logic is. I understand the logic, but I think
you don't stop. No. the Palestinians were offered their own states many times. The Oslo Accords
Well,
is
why
the
don't
most
you just
recent
address
thing.
what I'm saying? How?
No,
Where am I
no,
wrong?
but
We
I am
agree on
addressing
point
it.
one. We agree
No,
on
no,
point one. Is that
You're
correct?
trying to go off or anything that the Palestinians. Do you know Israel left Gaza in 2005 and disengaged?
This is just propaganda. I'm just saying.
No, it's
We
not
agree.
propaganda. How is that
We agree.
propaganda?
We
How is that
agree.
propaganda? So Israel didn't disengage from
The
Gaza.
whole argument, it's literally a bitter guy who's upset that he couldn't get with Grace. And Ben is trying to use it as a distraction for the oh my fucking god, these people are so fucking moronic. It's a one thing I wonder if that is great is that if Grace's story that was sort of a pseudo mom to her younger sibling, she's kind of wanted to act like a teen as long as she can in her 20s. Yeah, that happens a lot. Siblings who have to be a parent or grow up early on generally do have a tendency to want to live their life out more once they hit adulthood. Or at least once their siblings hit adulthood, those people generally want to live their life out. But by the time, once they even hit adulthood, it's kind of too late. I mean, Grace, think about this. Like, you can't deny that Grace has lived a much more interesting life. And in a way, she has lived much more than most people, but it's not fulfilling. Right? It's her life is not fulfilling, even though she traveled all over America. She has made a lot of money off of streaming. She met a lot of interesting people. She got to work with a lot of interesting people. But the problem is she burned the bridges. She burned most of her money. She's unfulfilled by the traveling. And in a way, you can say that she hates streaming. Right? Maybe she hates streaming. Maybe at first she didn't care for it, but now as the sole provider, this is the only way that she can keep herself going. Yeah, but Grace hasn't done much with her life. Yeah, that is true. That is 100% true. But it's like, that's probably what it is as well. Like, what is her achievement? She got to work with online creators, but anybody can do that. She got to travel, but anybody can to travel, right? It's all of she was doing has like no aim and purpose, because most people who do that have to struggle and fight for it. And as I said, she burned the bridges with so many people. The problem is that she had bloodsucker Ben. She really is good at IRL, but you definitely could tell she hates it. She has a personality that matches. Whenever she gets drunk enough, she breaks down. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's probably due to the stress of doing this every single day. Like, imagine being her in her early 20s, right? Where most guys that talk to you want to fuck you, right? Most people who want to talk to you see you as nothing but content. That's all what it is, and then you can tell that she's sick of all of it. She's sick of the bullshit. But she's not better herself. If anything, she's way worse.
In 2005, 12 nuclear scientists, Iranian, have been eliminated. The upper echelon of the IRGC, every single general, eliminated by the IDF. Ayatollah Khamenei right now, Khamenei is hiding in a bunker somewhere. He will be eliminated in the next 48 hours. The ballistic missiles and the launchers, about 70% of them have been destroyed. The nuclear facilities in Iran, which was used to destroy the state of Israel, is now unoperational, and the Fordo plant will be destroyed. That is almost a mile underground. Now,
said during the LA music festival, she said she was sad nobody was there for her first music festival. She was by herself. She wasn't. I mean, it doesn't help that she doesn't have any real friends. This is a big rat experiment. We're looking at rat in the digital box. Probably. You can even say this is like mouse utopia, right? You can say that Grace is living the Mouth Utopia experiment, and we're witnessing it at its worst element. That is sad though that she was War Chief diss her low. Yeah. Oh, War Chief literally is not even gonna go to Rhode Island. She's just that's not happening anymore. Dude. Imagine that. Imagine giving out your V card to a guy who's not even gonna come back. You can tell Grace she has no friends. Not even because of Ben. I think she has no friend because she just doesn't know how to interact. She doesn't know how to make meaningful connections that are not content based. Like, I can imagine if she has like 1 or 2 real friends in her life would be way different by now. She wouldn't be with Ben. And she had that opportunity with Ruby of all people. But I think, let's be real, not saying Ruby wouldn't be a good friend to Grace. I think she would. I just think that Grace needs somebody that is just not mentally unstable. She needs somebody who is stable, who has her life figured out. Supposedly, Grace canceled the War Chief Rhode Island idea. Dude, she's gonna have no content for the next couple days or weeks because of that.
Grace, you need to renounce. Grace, how does it feel to have such a loser for a father? How does it really feel? Because Grace,
I feel like
you're
that's a
on your way.
loaded question.
You're so cooked, Grace. Your life is over. You have chosen wrong. I have no sympathy for you, Grace. Really,
Oh.
you
Can I
might
ask you a
you'll
question?
you'll be
We get
roping
it, we
in a
get it.
few years.
You're funny guy.
Holy
Can I
shit.
ask you a question? Just like, okay, would you say it's wrong to characterize the Zionist project as creating?
You can tell that Ben was like, holy shit, we have to move this, because he know that Grace was gonna answer something that he didn't. We gotta.
You worship a Jew, Grace. You know that?
You're a
father
Jew,
hasn't
cunt.
told you. You
As
like to
Jewish.
tell me.
What makes you a Jew?
Well, technically, rabbinically, for 2,000 years, you have to be. Your Judaism is passed on through the mother.
Well, how can you prove whether your mother and her
My
mother is
DNA,
your
because
mother?
I have DNA tests.
DNA doesn't mean that at all. Do you know that
Yes,
the
it
vast
does.
majority of people in South
No.
America have Jewish blood, like 2 or 3%?
Yeah,
But none of them
Ben,
identify
would you
as
like
Jewish.
to pull me up? Would you like me to pull up? I don't care what they identify.
Do you know
as
who?
not, Ben.
Do you know who would have been really into DNA? Hitler.
Oh my god, wait.
Blood
But the Germans are
racialism.
bullshitting.
It's
No,
just
but
you're mostly.
how does it really feel? Because Grace,
I feel like
you're
that's a
on your way.
loaded question.
How does it?
You're mostly Eastern European,
Yeah, but
minority
see-
Jewish.
But Ben, what you have a problem with, and your big
So
problem is
you're
that
mostly
your whole religion-
Italian, Eastern European with a little
You're-
bit of Jewish blood.
well,
Why don't
that
you
would
just
say-
renounce it? It sucks.
No, Ben. What you need to renounce, Grace. How does it feel to have such a loser for a father?
Imagine that Ben gets you. Imagine Ben got you, and you have to resort. I mean, it's bad to be related to him, but imagine being related to him. I said Ben looked so scared. He was afraid that Grace was going to say something that he didn't like. 100%. That's what he moves the topic around. Ruby tried to be friend to Grace, but that didn't work out. I mean, it didn't work out for a number of reasons, and it's sad to say that. But at the same time, truthfully, I think Ruby is not the friend that Grace need, and that's hard to. And I know some people would disagree with that. Ruby is not the friend that Grace needs. Ruby is can easily be a good friend to Grace, but Grace needs a friend that has no connection to the internet, who is mentally stable, has their life figured out, who is able to let Grace live with her in a proper living environment, who's able to get Grace off her feet if she ever wanted to leave the internet. She needs a friend like that. And I'm not saying Ruby is not, or couldn't be, or would have been. It's just the way Ruby is not the best environment for Grace, Because you're dealing with a guy like Ben and that whole crazy ass family. You need somebody that is so removed from that whole group of people that is the only way you, in my honest opinion, can find some stableness in your life.
Ben, what's your country? Ben, what's your country?
In the Nakba.
No, Ben, you're wrong.
Can't do it.
Yeah, Grace needs someone more. Yeah, Grace does need somebody more stable, but she doesn't have that. I wouldn't even. Here's the thing: if Grace, even if Grace made a really good friend with an online person, as long as that online person was very stable, I think that would still be a good fit.
Your father thinks October 7th is a Zionist invention. Do you know that?
Invention?
He thinks that the Jews attacked themselves. He said it.
Oh my god.
I didn't say that.
Sure you did.
What, that it's
Sure
like
you
a
did.
false flag? He doesn't think so.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I think there was a lot of
Saying it right now.
Hannibal directive death. Yeah, obviously.
He's an
there was.
idiot.
Okay,
Your father's an
Hannibal
absolute
directive is
moron.
not a false flag.
That's like friendly.
78 phone, yeah, but Grace is not stable. Here's the thing: it's not that Grace is. Here's the thing: if she can find somebody who is stable, like really stable, ground, to earth and everything, that will be enough for her to have an anchor. She needs an anchor for her to be stable herself, because she's just floating in the air, floating in the water with no rhyme or reason, right? Always being carried by the waves. She needs somebody that is completely stable in her life, that she can anchor from and move from there. Ben would have to be out of the picture. Yeah, Ben would have to become, not even just Ben, but her whole family. Her whole family would need to be out of her life completely. No, she would have to leave her whole community, right? Or at least like part of her community. She would have to go through and ban a bunch of people.
Israel is here.
Maybe you'll get laid instead of sitting here pooping on the internet with your fucking
look at
scrawny
your
little
Ben.
drunk ass.
Ben, I would kick your ass, Ben, and you know it. Your daughter knows it. You would
I'm
never
not
stand up to me.
interested.
I mean, Ben is a lot bigger.
No, I didn't say I'm going to kick your ass. I said if
You could've been.
you
You
are
would
so
love to. You're not-
motivated on
you're a
behalf
pussy,
of
Ben.
the
Hey, Ben, you're a
retarded
fucking cunt.
concept of Zionism,
I'm
go
not-
over
no,
there.
No, you're
No
the one
one's
talking
stopping
about it,
you.
Ben.
Go
No,
over
you're-
there,
you're the one
volunteer
talking
for the
about it.
IDF, tell them you're a citizen,
Grace,
have
I
them
can't
put you
wait
on the
for you
front
to-
lines,
Yeah, Grace, I can't wait for you two to be
and
completely
enjoy the
homeless.
success
I'm-
of like
I'm gonna
whatever it is
really-
you
I'm
want to
gonna
do.
really get
Maybe you'll get
Grace-
laid for once.
Ben, you haven't been
Instead of
laid
just
in 20
coping.
years. Ben, if anybody copes on the internet, Ben, you are the biggest cope artist. You are the biggest loser on the internet. You have a dysgenic daughter that you leech off of. You don't have 2 pennies. You are basically a homeless person, Ben.
I'm not basically a homeless person. I am a homeless person.
You are a homeless person with no 2 pennies. So
Sure.
what is
That is
the rate
100%
That
true.
was my Lord. Do you know that Jesus,
I know, that's a-
the Jew,
that's a
said,
real-
"I have the foxes have holes and the birds
Yeah,
have
but that's
nests.
a Jew.
but
I mean, you
the
don't
Son
like
of
the
Man
Jews,
hath
they're
not a
Jews.
place to lay his head." So
I mean, Grace. I wouldn't say Grace is dysgenic. D-Dog stream sniping them too now. Is he? Oh my god. Oh, he's on right now. I may jump on there for a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll probably end this stream and I'll probably jump on.
I ain't gonna be no homeless Jew in the checkers.
Oh my god, Ben, you guys are whole
You want
child.
your fucking money. That's where you're putting your treasure. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy Israel. Enjoy it. I ain't going over there. I don't fucking care. My kids aren't getting bombs rained down on them. But you want to go over there and swallow some fucking Iranian missiles? Sit there, bend over, and take an Iranian missile up your ass. You'd probably finally get that's the genre I want to have. Ballistic missile in your asshole. Ultimate horror maxer ultimate experience.
He's muted
Why
again.
Israel is
Nice job,
Iran is
dumbass.
winning. I don't even think they're involved in a war. It's a conflict. No. Do you know what a war is? Do you know what a war is? Like Ukraine
Yeah,
and Russia are having a war. Okay, what's the
No, they
difference?
just don't know how to fight because the Russians fight like stupid Goyim. That's why they have meat markets over there. And
Oh my
Israel-
god.
Okay,
You
so
ever
the
thought they had
Ukraine,
superior
I would
fighting?
say what's going on in Ukraine and Russia is a war.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say what's going on between Israel and Iran
Mhm.
is, you know, like trolling.
Yeah, just trolling, Ben. That's
Well,
very
A
interesting.
war involves men with boots, right? There's not
Yeah,
there's
so
not going to
no
be
boots on the ground in Gaza. There's no planes flying right now. This is all Zionist conspiracy.
Gaza is not part of Iran.
It's a Jewish planes. They're fake. It's a Zionist conspiracy. You know, Ben. You like to call yourself Hollywood, Ben, but you know who's the best at entertainment? The Jews. In fact, Ben, you know who created
Not the
Hollywood?
Zionists. They suck.
Yes, the Jews created Hollywood.
Right.
Ben. I
but
hate that for
Zionist
you.
propaganda.
Did you
is
know, Ben? I
terrible.
just learned that Peter Sellers was Jewish too. How about them apples, Ben? All the greatest actors and actresses are Jewish. That's why you and your
Not
adopted
really.
daughter will never be. Yeah, that's true.
Adopted
No,
daughter.
Prove it, you
No,
two.
Many
Yeah,
are, but
yeah,
like they had
yeah.
to get goy if they
Yeah.
wanted actually the pussies.
Well,
get
they had to
wet,
fit
right?
into the country. Doesn't mean they weren't.
Yeah, I
Jewish,
guess,
Ben. I mean,
Because
the,
no
I
one
mean,
really finds Jewish
MGM.
men very.
I guess
Ben, nobody finds you
Nobody
attractive
finds
at all.
Jewish men to be.
Ben,
I mean,
Ben,
there can be funny.
Ben, Ben,
who would take political advice from these two dumbasses, these knuckle draggers?
And nerdy.
Ben-
I like Woody Allen. Okay, this is a
Ben, I
Jewish.
could,
this
Ben, I
is a
could knock you
Jewish
out.
sex
Ben,
symbol.
so-
What does
so
that
a
tell you?
5 foot- A Jewish sex. So Ben, this.
Woody
so I'm telling you,
Allen.
Ben,
Woody
Ben,
Allen.
no, I'm saying, Ben, I'm
That's the
5
best
foot
you
8,
got?
180
Why don't you
pounds.
lean
I
into?
could-
Oh, hold on a second. Why don't you-
No, I-
Marlon Brando. Now that is an attractive man. Woody Allen. I
So
mean,
you're naming one Jewish actor, Ben, when there's thousands.
I mean, they all are similar, right?
No, they're not.
Oh, there's no similarities. Jewish humor.
I could bring up the Jewish actors and Jewish actresses, and they're most good-looking people on the face of the planet.
I beg to differ, and so does every
It's a
checks
fact,
a
Ben.
pussy.
Ben,
Why-
do you
why-
enjoy Hollywood?
I was
Do you
Epstein.
enjoy Hollywood?
Do you think Harvey Weinstein was an attractive man?
No.
Okay. Well, he's
But
very
then again,
Jewish,
Ben,
right?
you're talking.
And he had
60
the only
million
way
people.
he could get the goy women was to manipulate them with
But
his
he was,
shekels.
but Harvey Weinstein was successful, Ben, and you've never been.
He's in jail right now. How successful
Yeah,
is that?
But so what, Ben? You're just a loser. You're a
Well,
loser
I'm
with
not
your
in jail and
your
for doing
subpar daughter.
nonsense.
Your subpar daughter. The only guys that she get to send them money are dysgenic losers on the internet. They're not handsome men sending her money. They're not handsome men looking to court her or make your life any better. That's the situation of your reality, and that's what,
What
your
are
reality
you so
remains.
angry about? I just don't
Oh,
understand.
I'm just well. I
if you
don't
want to
like
kill people who disagree with you,
I'm not killing
about the
anybody. I would
IDF,
like.
you
I
can
make
go to
sure
Israel
that
right now.
people-
You
yes.
have the right of
Yeah.
return to your
Yes. Yes.
your holy land, and you can go be cannon fodder there for the IDF.
Yeah, but there's no cannon fodder over there, Ben. It's the only thing that who likes to blow themselves up for Allah. Seems like that's a Muslim thing, right? Now, who's the religion of the
It's not
Muslims?
what
It tends to
cannon
be
fodder
Arab.
means.
Well, they're like nice cannon fodder over there. I mean, I'd like to
I
get
think
rid
you
of all
should
2
spread
million
your
of them.
ass, bend over, spread your ass,
Yeah.
and say like to Khomeini, you should write it on your around your asshole. Khomeini,
what,
here
are
you
you going
go.
to declare? Okay, will
In the
you
middle of
declare
Tel Aviv,
Khomeini-
I think that could be your first
Ben,
one.
how
And
do
I
you
think when he
clear?
does
I
hit,
want so if I
I have no clue anymore. I seriously do not have any clue where this even going.
part
But
one,
when he's dead, but when
and there
he's
is no
dead,
part two.
when he's dead, Ben,
Hormaxer presents
Ben, you'll never
ass
do a porn.
blasted in Tel
Ben,
Aviv.
you've never had any sex, Ben. You hang around your dysgenic bubblehead daughter. That's your life, Ben. You're one disaster away from a medical catastrophe, and that's your future.
Okay, well, what makes you angry about the
It's not
choices
angry, it's just
I've
a fact.
made?
Well, your sources are incorrect because you say it's all a Zionist conspiracy, first of all.
What is?
And you said like
My
October
daughter's head?
7th is a Zionist conspiracy. You have
October
no
7th,
understanding
he
of
was
what
thinking
you.
October
Yeah.
7th.
What's a Zionist conspiracy?
Exactly. I know that's what you think, Ben, and that's
The
why
state of
people
Israel
like
is a
you,
Zionist conspiracy.
like
They
crazies like you,
conspired.
Ben. Crazies like you need to be in lunatic asylums. That's what your
What-
future is, Ben. You and Grace's
What
future
are
is a
you
lunatic
angry
asylum.
about?
I'm
What
not
are you
angry.
angry about?
I'm not
As
angry.
well,
I was
we're-
having a good tonight. I
You're
was streaming.
super angry.
Yo, is he saying this with the little kid next to him? No, that's his daughter, her 20-some-year-old daughter.
Why? Because I used
No,
a
I'm not.
slur, an anti-Jewish slur.
Well, yeah,
How-
I'd kick your
Oh,
ass.
give me
He's-
a fucking break.
Has World War
I can
III
do that.
started yet? No, it hasn't got cracked. This is
Yeah, I
mental
kick your ass,
warfare.
rightfully so.
please,
This
I don't
is-
care.
This is
Yeah, Ben,
this
you
is
will
not even.
answer the question. Could I destroy you? You know I'd destroy you.
I don't
I would
care
lo-
whether you could
It
destroy
does,
me.
yeah. That's why you never allowed Grace around. Real
Why would you
dominant
want to
males.
destroy me? What's the point?
Because Ben, you have a big mouth on the internet. You like to say,
What is
bend
that
over,
to you?
take it up. Well, it's nothing really to me, but you like to imply it. And I'm saying, I'm sure a lot of people, Ben, you need the shekels. I'll be happy to get in the ring with you for $1,000. I'll make quick work
Who
of
of
you.
the two of us sounds like a big mouth? Me or you?
You're the one saying to me to bend over and take my Jewish ass, and you kite. So,
Whoa.
shut up.
Right.
Put up or shut up, Ben. You know,
Whoa, good thing. Wow, holy shit.
your daughter's a loser. Grace, you're a fucking loser.
But this is big. This is what a big mouth does, right? A small.
Well, no,
guy
but she's a loser.
who
But
does
no, you're a
all this
loser.
kind of stuff.
But meanwhile, Ben,
Fine
this
with
small
me.
guy. But this small guy, I mean, how would you look in person if this 5'8" manlet Jew took you apart? I'm willing to do it, Ben, for donos and cash. You're about entertainment. Let's do it right now.
Hormaxer would be excommunicated from Judaism if they learned that he
Oh.
sniffed a Catholic girl's panties. Actually, that's what gets you in the club.
Yeah,
I told them, Ben.
that's
They
just
went to
Tuesday
Ryler.
for the
Come out,
Jews.
Virginia. Don't let me wait.
Poor,
Catholic
poor,
girls
Gra-
start
poor
by
Grace.
too
Grace, you know
late.
what? Grace, you know what your problem is, honey, is that you just have no foresight. You can't see where you're going. And to anybody that has some foresight in here, you know, you're sitting there with your father. Your streaming sucks. You don't take good opportunities when they present themselves to you. And your super chats are down tremendously. Soon you won't even have unless you get extremely lucky. So, I mean, what's your deal?
I don't even know what's this whole argument about. Holy shit, it's just a bunch of retards.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, we could get the
I
ring
know.
out here and have.
Who do you think will win in a fight? Ben or Hormac? May want to cut that up. You're going to leave a video up. I may have to. I'm gonna have to private this video later on. Son of a fucking bitch. So I'll leave it up for a little bit and then I'll private it. My God, why, God, why? Did you see Ben Toy Spare at the house? I don't think I did. Actually, I don't even know
The
if
whole thing.
I'm not even sure if I can even get flagged.
Why
No
not?
one's
I
gonna
mean,
donate.
I don't know if I will even get flagged for him saying the K word because it was kind of blocked out.
For bigger creators, maybe it would be worth doing. But it's
You know,
not going to be
man,
worth
here's
it.
the
We won't
problem
even
with
be
my
able to pay
problem.
for the ring or the gloves.
My problem with people like you is that, you know, you have all these things to say, no evidence to back it up. The second thing is you pray to a Jew. You're basically an idolater.
He's gonna keep throwing it out. He's gonna keep throwing that insult out. How do I don't want that bot coming for you? Yeah, I'm gonna have to private this stuff. I'm gonna have to private this video after I'm done. I may have to private this. Son of a bitch. It was a really good stream. I hate my life.
When it comes
And I do want to get monetized. That is my thing. I'm not gonna lie. I do want to get monetized. I gotta be careful.
and
That's what I
see
do.
how that works for you, buddy.
That's what
See
I
how that
do. You
works
know
for
what? Because I have
I
a
know,
boy
that's-
brother who's also a Christian named OPC Don who
Yeah.
doesn't charge me.
Yeah, because
See?
he's a
We-
sin.
Or is it gonna skip?
He feed him
Well,
anything.
see how long? I mean, you better pray for him, honestly, Ben, because he
So
is your
maybe we
only
have a way of
lifeline.
doing things, and you have a way of doing
Yeah,
things.
but you better pray for your gnome, your bearded gnome, Ben, because if he goes, you're going to have to go and pay a mechanic, and he doesn't know how to do big repairs. If your transmission goes on that thing, Ben,
Can you bleep it? Not on. I mean, like what I have to do is I have to like take down the video, download the video, then re-upload it as a no. I have to take down the stream, download the stream. I see. Download the stream, take down the stream, and then re-upload it as a video, and then beep or just cut out that segment. It would just be easier for me to just like completely remove the video. I may save this video. Like I just may just save it for down the line or something else. But you can't, you know.
the gnome doesn't know how to fix that. He may know how to put in a screw here or there, but he don't know what the fuck he's doing with that. So you go tell your mechanic that, hey, the root of all evil is money, and I'm not paying you. Try that. See how that works in real life.
It does work more than you'd think.
Sure.
But being
I'd like
like
to see
a
it.
kind of
Well, when you
ruthless
go-
Jew has its own way of working.
Ben, let me tell you something, okay? You would be the first one to shit on people if you had money. You're just the type that would be saying, you're a broke loser, you this and that. Now, being that Ben...
I mean, it is true. Yeah. I mean, if Ben had money, he would be completely insensitive.
I've never been impressed by money.
I mean, like, come on. We all know if Ben got a shit ton of money right now, he would be the most disgusting individual as we speak.
Ben, we've seen how you like to spend money, and it's quite revolting.
Let me see it.
And Xbox, sure, you love to take it like it grows on trees.
Who are rich, and neither are you impressed by people who are rich. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, Ben, I could be in certain ways. I would be more impressed by a wealthy person than by a poor
suck a
person.
guy's dick who was rich?
Well, it depends on the sex act and how much was being paid. I mean, would I do?
Oh my God, Corey.
Would I do a sex?
That's the difference between you and me. I wouldn't.
Yeah, well, but then you'll remain. You're gonna remain
I
a
wouldn't suck
homeless
anyone's
loser.
dick. I don't care how much money was
Ben,
involved.
Ben, your life, Ben, it doesn't matter here the money. The fact is you created like 7 retards in the world. They're running around. They have no future, Ben. That you can tell yourself your cope is your children. But my position to you, Ben, is look at your children. The only way some of them had a way out is maybe getting away. Yeah, maybe getting away from you and your insane daughter here is the only hope maybe that they do have.
I grew up around a fair number of Jews. They're generally speaking unattractive people. Sorry.
Brutal.
Ben, I could get laid more than you, Ben.
No, you can't.
I have
No,
gotten
you
laid more than
can't.
you, Ben, for free.
I don't
For free,
care.
Ben. But Ben, you keep bringing up you make.
Oh,
the
but
thing that you're
no.
doing.
Oh, no. If you're saying you're more attractive,
But you
than
know,
me,
you're
that's
the
not
one
true
that.
or something.
Oh no, I never said
I
that.
really
I don't think
that
I.
it's
No,
not
no,
really
I never
that
said that,
high
Ben.
on the list of.
I have never said that, Ben. I have never said that just having sex is going to be the all be all. On it's better than what you're doing. Is definitely what I'm saying.
It's good.
Well, definitely better than you. I mean, what do you do? You're
Have
yeah, but
random
what do you live? Okay, what do you live for, Ben?
Sterile
Ben,
sex with fat losers in swing clubs. It's fine.
Okay, Ben. What are you? Okay, great.
Maybe
What
one's
are-
a little less gross.
Yes. Okay, Ben. Yes, I know they're all unattractive. Okay. What do you? What
Yeah,
is
they
your? What is your purpose? What is your future then, Ben? Since you have such a big, bright future, I'd like to hear it.
I would love to spend all of eternity in heaven with my.
I know
Heavenly
that, Ben,
Father.
but not right now. We're talking
That's
about
my
here.
future plan.
Okay,
That's it.
yeah, but that's a
it.
cope. But no, Ben.
That's
What
it.
is your future right now? The next
Whatever
5
he
years.
puts in my path. Whatever he puts
Okay,
in my
but
path.
isn't that a really ridiculous, Ben, to say whatever happens is just no?
He ain't getting laid if he has to keep bringing it up. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he'll never get laid.
You know.
I'm going to continue streaming on YouTube until it seems like something else is better to do.
Okay, so there's no future aspirations. There's
There is no future for you, Ben. This is the end of the road.
no goal, whether that be, going, to teach at a church or something.
No, not that.
Why?
Yeah, I'd like to have. I don't
Why?
know if I'd like to, but I think it would be it would make sense for me to have a wider audience. Yeah.
Does Grace have fetal alcohol syndrome?
Her mother did do some excessive drinking when she was younger.
Because sometimes her eyes cross over, and she looks like she has like fetal alcohol syndrome.
Do you shave your chest?
No.
Why does it grow in funny like that?
Well, Ben, I have a nice large chest.
Doesn't Hormaxer does steroids? I've heard he does steroids.
And I have
I'm saying when you look at it, usually it's like
a lot
either
of
like kind of
muscles
curly or.
And well, let's see your body, Ben. Let's see your beautiful body.
It seems patchy. Am I right? I mean, you ever like you have patches?
No, it's not
that are
patches. It's all
odd.
hair all over. It's hair all over. I can
You think
assure
it's
you.
consistent? I don't.
It's
whatever.
definitely consistent, Ben.
It
Now,
seems
Ben, let's
patchy.
see your physique, Ben.
I
Let's see.
mean, the Sims are already tired. Who is left? Who is left? How the TRT? Yeah, he does TRT. Oh, so I was right. I think Monty was the one who said something about that, or Montero, one of those two. I think it was Monty. I mean, the Sims are tired. Every Simp is tired of Grace as a whole. What Simp does he have left that is willing to give her money? Paula D, I think he's gone, right? I think Paula D is gone. OBC Don gone. King TL, I mean, he's gone too. If anything, I can probably get King TL to be one of my Sims. And I'm a guy.
Take a look, then, since you're the
You've seen
arbiter.
my physique. I'm not.
I know
right
it's
now.
quite horrible. It's quite frightening.
Well,
I'll tell
I'm
you,
not-
makes $500,000 a year.
You've seen the guy? He's a loser.
Yeah, but that loser's making $500,000. Ben. Now
Okay,
you're,
if you only see winning in terms of money,
oh,
then
well,
he's
what
a
do you
winner.
do? Are you streaming just to stream? So you're streaming for Jesus, then? Ben, that's what you're telling me. You don't want cash. Okay, everybody, do not give Grace. If anybody super chats Grace, they are not in it for the money. The money is only Jesus. Money is evil. I will take the super chats. Thank you, Ben. I
The
will take
love
Grace's.
of money is the root of all evil. It
That's
doesn't mean
right. No,
money is
you
evil.
said you don't want super chats.
Asbin, someone
No, it's
mentioned
evil.
Asbin
That
Gold.
is evil. Jesus said it's evil. Everybody, I would like Grace's
OBC
super chats.
Sims in labor.
Davius
Yeah.
Octavius, if you hear me, they do not want money. They do not want
now
money.
we know what this is about.
They don't want money, right?
Davis Octavius, I think he left. I think he's the last Simp.
How would you feel, Grace, if Davius left you and gave me the $5,000?
I'm
Would that be okay? Would you say thanks, Jesus?
I'm telling War Chief you're talking mad shit about him.
He's a piece of shit. I'll box him for $1,000. I'll kill him in a second. I'd love it too. Put his fat fucking father in there with him too.
Hey,
I'll
he's
do
part
both of them.
Iranian. You actually may have a
Good,
legitimate.
I'm gonna
beef
kill
with
him even more. I don't
Holy-
like the Iranians either. They're not out there overthrowing the government. I have no reason to like them.
Yeah.
Loser people. Losers. Losers. Good. I hope he loses all his oil.
Heil
Good, I
Netanyahu,
do
right?
bomb him.
Sieg
Good,
Heil.
bomb this shit. Bomb
Hey,
all the oil
can I just
fields.
tell you one thing? We got to go, but
Burn 'em
can I
up.
tell you one thing is really interesting? You should check out, and you can say it's whatever. There is a website that's called "Guess If It Was a Nazi or
Oh.
a Zionist Who Said This," and they have
Okay.
quotes, and it's
Oh, let's do
really
it.
hard to tell.
Let's play it. I'll play it right now.
Okay, good.
I'll play it right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, no, this is it. This is it
All right,
right here.
she's
Okay,
gonna. Grace will put
wait,
it up,
I'll present it. I'll present it on my side.
and it's really,
Oh shit! Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Sorry.
it's really fascinating.
Okay. Present.
So,
Share screen.
Instead of it,
Sorry, I fucked this up.
What even is happening? Oh my. Now they want to pull War Chief back into this. Oh my god.
I think there were some people who killed Germans. I think.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
nobody
true.
was looking to ethnically cleanse the Germans.
I'm gonna have to take this video.
Okay.
It's a different situation, but I'm just saying the ethos is remarkably similar.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. So you have to
Uh-huh.
decide whether a Zionist or a Nazi said this.
Right.
Okay.
The blank
Oh my god. Why would you do this? Holy shit. How retarded are you?
That would
no
be
right.
either Jews or
Either
Palestinians,
Jews or
right? So they're not going to give
Palestinians.
you
Okay.
that.
All right.
have no
I'll
right
play
to
it there.
claim equality with us. If they wish to speak on the streets, in lines outside shops, or in public transportation, they should be ignored. Not only because they are simply wrong, but because they are a group who has no right to a voice in the community. Who said the above?
Okay, well, I would put caveats on this. I would say the Arabs that wouldn't have these rights are the Arabs that hold the Hamas charter.
No, but the question here is, do you think
Well, I am.
that a Nazi said this, or that's a representative of the Israeli
Oh,
government?
that could easily, I mean, I could easily see Menachem Begin saying that too.
So,
So
what
it
would
could
your
be-
guess be?
The point of the
Here-
game is to guess with.
I select one or the other, and you say
I know
if
which
you're
one
right.
it
would-
is. I know which one it is from
I
Clues.
would say a Nazi.
Nazi?
It's Israeli because it's public transportation. I think.
The fact is, though, Ben, there's no Jew in Israel
It'll
that
tell
would
us at the
like
end.
to.
It'll tell us
I
at the
mean,
end.
years
It'll
ago
tell us
was
at the end.
Why are these people like this? Why are they all like this? Why are they? Why are they all like this? God help me, please. Why? What is even happening? I don't even know. I've lost all sense of meaning.
that want to kill Germans.
Okay.
Call them roaches myself.
Okay, so you think the Israeli government said this about Arabs?
Absolutely, I agree with it too.
Nope, it was the Nazi regime.
Oh, okay.
War chief and his parents hate horror. Why do they hate horror Maxer exactly? Is it because of his ethno background? They ran out of content to make. You know that this is running out of steam. Oh my god, this is so retarded. And I'm gonna have to take this video down. I'm gonna have to take this whole stream down. Fucking hate. I hate these fucking idiots. No wonder why people see them as like. Hormaxer supposedly has a deal with. Oh, he does? I didn't know that. For what though? Yeah, I'll have to private it. It'll be private, and War Chief and his parents watch Hormaxer streaming after Grace went on their stream with him in his layover. Oh.
Apartheid state.
Probably what it is, right? I think what it is, War Chief parents saw Hormaxer as a rival for his son. It's just like, come on. And then Hormaxer kept calling War Chief and take. Oh my. Yeah. That. Oh my god. It makes more sense. Holy shit. How long have we been streaming? 2.5 hours. I'm going to cut it off here. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to have to private the video in a couple minutes, but thanks everybody for watching this video. It means a lot. I mean, this stream. I'm tired. I'm tired of the Dorps. I'm tired of this shit. Ruby got me going, and then the Dorps just killed it. Till next time. God bless. I'll see everybody later.